Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Tua to the Jets. We'll break down the latest reports on the Jets' interest in the soon-to-be ex-Miami Dolphins QB. Plus, Robbie Sabo will join us. Lot to get into. And let's be honest, we know why you're here. Our first ASMANIAC Madness battle gets underway in our play-in round. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Click the like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Reminder, if you ever miss a live show, we podcast every single minute that you see on YouTube. You could find in audio form on either Apple or Spotify. Just search Jake Asman Show. It will come right up, and you can subscribe there and listen back to anything you might have missed. Let's say hello right now to one of our favorites. He joins us on a special Thursday appearance today. It's our guy from JetX, Robbie Sabo. Robbie, how we feeling? Free agency, aka legal tampering, just days away. What's going on?
Yeah, legal tampering. That phrase gets my juices flowing. You know, I might have been a semi-criminal in my youth, but let's not talk about that. Hey, the Final Four, the March Madness, I just filled it out. Inside, outside. Last year, my upset special, Mikey Midnight, didn't work, so I went with the favorite this year.
You're taking Kyle Clifton to win it all. Wow.
Had to do it. He's got the Jet name, top overall seed. And by the way, the committee, evil geniuses, letting a woman... Is a woman, what did you say? Is a woman definitely Gary's first round matchup or no?
Not necessarily. Gary is a 1 seed, so he'll play a play-in tournament winner. Our play-in tournament, by the way, will get underway in just a bit. We will open up poll voting. So for those new to the show, you vote in a YouTube poll. And at the end of the show, when we close the poll voting, whoever has more votes advances to the next round. That's how ASMANIAC Madness is done. Gary will play the winner of Fibrows or Jay Graves. So not necessarily a woman, but there are some women in his bracket he could be matched up against if the matchup goes a certain way.
Excuse my lack of knowledge and memory. Is Jay Graves? Jay Graves is not the female, is it?
Jay Graves is, in fact, a female.
Who am I thinking?
There she is on your screen.
Okay, listen. Fibrows, dude, you got to be the sacrificial lamb. Take it on the sword. It has to be Jay Graves against Gary. Period. As maniacs, I know I'm influencing this thing, but it's the only story that works for one shining moment at the end.
Wow, just assuming that a woman's going to beat Gary. What if Gary just beats all the ladies?
No, whether it doesn't matter if she wins or not. Just having that matchup, you gotta then get Gary on, and then the steam coming out of his ears. It just you can envision it. It's perfect.
Things are happening, folks. We will get to our play-in battle. Let's highlight that real quick because coming up in just a bit, people could start voting in this one. Carlos the Barber, Cash Money Mike, our first one of the 2026 ASMANIAC Madness tournament. With that said, we got a lot of Jets topics to fully dive into. And we begin with this from Mike Garafolo, who said yesterday on the NFL Network that the Jets are one of the teams to do their homework on Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa. Tua is expected to be released in the coming days, barring a miracle of Miami finding a taker in a trade. So we know Kyler Murray will be released. Tua will be released. Let's start with Tua because this is the latest here. If you're the Jets, do you sign Tua?
No. I'm in a position right now, transition phase. I need to build from the ground up. And even if it's obviously, if you sign him, he's going to be one of 3 in a quarterback room. We know this, one of 4 in the summer. But even still, the percentage that he has played in his career, it's just not worth it for me. Just, I don't care what the salary is. You got to have guys you can count on. And him being one of the top 2 options, no thanks. I'll avoid it at all costs.
I just don't see how Tua would be a good fit. He's been dealing with so many injuries in his career. We know about his record in cold weather. We know about the fact that when you just watch him, how much of his performance is directly related to the fact he's had one of the best offensive coaches in the league the last few years. He's had some of the best weapons in the league the last few years. And I just don't think he fits what the Jets need. I think Tua needs to go to a team where he's either a high-end backup or he's going to a team that plays indoors or has a schedule that predominantly plays teams in good weather or has a lot of teams that have domes. Like if he was the backup to Jared Goff, let's say, something like that, or
Herbert,
the backup to
go
Matthew
to
Stafford. Yeah.
Go to the Chargers.
It makes some sense with McDaniel, obviously, as the OC, but I don't know what their relationship was like towards the end when they benched him. But, to your point, I just don't think Tua fits. I think if you want to argue Kyler Murray, you want to argue Derek Carr, I think those are more valid arguments than Tua, given his injury history and given it's not a small sample size. His record in cold weather is a real thing. And when you're the Jets who play in the Northeast, it just doesn't make any sense.
I didn't even think about the cold weather factor, and that's huge. It's massive. And to your point with the play calling, name a more mechanical-esque quarterback than Tua in the last half decade. Meaning he's one of 11 more so than the quarterback in Miami under McDaniel. It's timing. It's intent. It very rarely is he doing full progressions. It's 3-step. It's in and out. So that just ramps up the question marks.
Ton of question marks. And ultimately, if you're looking at the situation that the Jets find themselves in, you almost need 2 quarterbacks because you don't know what the draft is going to hold. So you go to Tua. If he's competing with someone, I guess you have to consider it given how bleak the other options are. But to me, it just doesn't make sense. I feel like this would be a poor decision by the Jets to bring in Tua. I could get behind Kyler Murray under the right circumstances. We'll talk about that coming up. But I can't get behind Tua. I've seen too much of him struggle in the cold. I've seen his injury history. To me, it doesn't make sense, honestly. Unless your goal is to be picking in the top 5, sign Tua and have no backup plan behind him. All right, congratulations. The New York Jets are solidified in the top 5 of the draft next year.
Yeah, look, we don't even have to overcomplicate it. He doesn't play. He doesn't play football enough. And look, I'm not trying to hammer him specifically. It is what it is. He had some bad luck in terms of the concussions. We all saw it. A couple of the hits were brutal to watch. The after effects, I should say. The hits are a different story. In the NFL selling big hits in the 90s with NFL rocks and stuff. But I need a guy who's going to be able to play. I can't have that hanging over my head. I just can't.
Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Yesterday on the show, we didn't hit the membership threshold to give away a Jets jersey, so those will carry over. And now we will have a new giveaway at the end of the show for a Jets jersey of your choosing. Here are the options for any Jet fan who wants to enter. Any Asmaniac out there: Joe Namath, Joe Klecko, Curtis Martin, Robbie's co-host on the Underdog podcast, Wayne Corbett, Darrell Revis, Nick Mangold, and Keyshawn Johnson are your choices. Couple membership shout-outs that I want to get to. I also want to remind people that we will have our weekly raffle on our program tomorrow. Raffle 63. Our top prize in that is a Curtis Martin signed jersey. So keep that in mind. But ladies and gentlemen, Black Gypsy was the first this morning to enter today's raffle. Thank you for your support, Black Gypsy. You are in for one. Phantom Green and White has gifted a membership to the community. He is in the raffle for one. A longtime listener of our show, our first 5 spot today. 5 people were just blessed with Asmaniac memberships. Anthony Logerato gifting 5 for the people. Let's go.
And here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. All right. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Cash Money Mike in the house. He'll be competing in the play-in round in just a moment. Make sure you guys are ready to vote. We'll open up poll voting in just a bit. But Cash Money Mike, he goes under the handle NYC to SRQ with our first super chat here, Robbie. He's in our raffle for 2. And Mike writes in, the Jets' biggest problem historically hasn't been talent. It's that every regime tries to fix everything at once instead of solving quarterback first. Vote for me. Hashtag Cash Money Mike. And that's kind of been my point with the approach this offseason. Can't force the quarterback pick, right? You can't force the pick at 2 or 16 if you don't have conviction, if it doesn't make sense. You don't want to be reckless in free agency and, or in the trade market and trade a second, let's say, for Mac Jones. Like that to me doesn't make sense. But I'm also among the belief of just because the rest of your team's bad, that doesn't mean you bypass the quarterback altogether. You think the Patriots, who knew they were bad, regret taking Drake May, right? Like, so, but that's because their need for quarterback matched up with May being there, right? Jackson Dart, the same thing. But I just don't know if that level of quarterback exists for the Jets this offseason. So to me, to Mike's point, the best thing they could do is build the team with 4 picks in the top 44 and the cap space they have. And you're thinking long-term about your quarterback plan in 2027. And I know some people don't like hearing that because it's another year of just not having the guy, but you can't force it. That'd be a worse decision to force it if the guy you truly believe in is not actually in this draft and you're just taking a quarterback for the sake of taking one.
Agreed. I'm higher on Simpson than most people, I think. And I still agree with you. I'm not forcing the QB. I want to. It's tough because you don't meet these kids, but as a default, I would pass on Simpson in the mid first round where we are at 16. That comment from who was it, NYC?
Yep.
I agree with half of it. It hasn't been talent. That hasn't been the issue historically. At times it has been. There's no doubt about it. When Douglas first came, the talent was awful. Idzik, awful. As the Rex Makey T era kept going, it just dwindled and dwindled. It's the other part. They try to fix it all at once. I don't think that's been the case either because Douglas was painfully slow. He plotted it out so slow. Now, he drafted the quarterback in 2021. We know this. Were they bereft of talent? Probably. It wasn't good. But they didn't go crazy in free agency either. It's like, yes, they drafted the quarterback, but they didn't supercharge things. They didn't do the try to quick fix it thing. I just believe it was more leadership, coaching, scheme related, kind of semi-antiquated type stuff that held him back, along with the quarterback play.
Hit the like button if you guys are tuning in. We're talking with Robbie Sabo, all things New York Jets. Shout out to our guy, Dominic D'Angelo, who will be at our draft party in Pittsburgh. Dom lives in that area. He'll be joining us to party and watch the Jets hopefully get these picks right. Dom is in our raffle for one. So let's talk about Kyler now, because Kyler's going to cost the minimum, $1.3 million. I had Rich Samini on yesterday. I know I saw you were in the chat watching it. And I asked Rich at the end, hey, make a prediction. Who's the Jet quarterback week 1? And he said Kyler. And even though Kyler would seemingly go against a lot of what we think Glenn wants in his quarterback and what Frank Reich prefers in his QB, this regime is desperate. And I agree with Rich when he made that point. Do you think Kyler Murray is truly in play for the Jets at quarterback?
I do. And it's fascinating from this respect. Reich, what have we heard? He likes taller, bigger quarterbacks, pocket passing. I don't know if that's, I think that's overplayed a little bit. I think he's more hybrid and balanced if given the choice, but that's what we've heard, right? An argument could be made. Glenn is the exact opposite. Like he doesn't want any quarterback who's not a dual threat. And again, the sample size is really small because he only pretty much made one move, ousting Rodgers for Fields, but they have no interest in Cousins. Is that Cousins not having interest in the Jets? I don't know. But if that's true, that Glenn just, loves the dual threat guy, they're kind of clashing there. Kyler, I was on the show. It was a while ago. I thought maybe I could see Glenn wanting Kyler Murray. That's his type of quarterback, even though the off the field stuff. And I saw the clip from the podcast where, it was kind of messing with Kyler in terms of those rumors. He won't like that. But in terms of on the field and stature and measurables and what he could do dual threat, I think he does like that. So I could see it being a possibility for sure.
And look, at the end of the day, he'd cost you nothing. He's 28 years old. Like, you want the guy with the highest potential. You could argue it's him, and they're desperate. I keep coming back to that. They need to win at least 6-7 games to have a chance to be here for 2027. So,
Yeah.
if it's Kyler Murray and someone else and they have a competition, I'm all for it. But you and I were all over this a year ago. They signed Fields and just anointed him the starter.
Yeah,
Make
dude, you
Kyler
can't do
Murray
that.
earn it. Baker Mayfield, did he not have to earn it when he was down in Tampa and beat out Kyle Trask that first year? Like, have a legit competition. And let's see if Kyler Murray, who claims to love football, people around him say he's matured immensely since he signed that extension and had the ACL injury. So, the jokes about Call of Duty and all that stuff, not studying, all that is lame. He's a different dude. That's what people around him say. Well, let's see him prove it, right? Like, you're playing for your career. If you sign Kyler Murray, like, go out there and earn it, Kyler, because you'll beat out whoever the Jets bring in. Yeah, you're super talented. There's a reason why you went first in the draft.
And why were those rumors there last year to begin with about promising Fields the job? It's because Fields and his camp were saying for a while, hey, we're looking for a runway. We're looking for a place where we're given top billing and we're given QB1 status. So right there, no matter who signs him, that's going to be the thought. That's going to be, did you promise him the job? He's not good enough to be promised a job. And you can't operate that way in free agency and on the open market in trades, what have you, when you're promising stuff like that, where it doesn't make sense. All right, if Joe Montana, 1984, is a free agent, promise him the job. You're cool. Not Justin Fields. And yeah, it was a major problem to me. You got to wonder, why wasn't he pulled in certain games? The London game. Could that have been a factor? I'm not making accusations, but that is the natural order of things. And that's where my mind goes immediately.
Jet fans, do you want Kyler Murray? Do you want Tua? Who do you want? If not those quarterbacks that we're currently discussing. Derek Carr, would he come out of retirement? Is he in play? All these options we're discussing on the show. Plus, we'll get some Sabo draft thoughts because I'm going to have to put you and Frankie V in an ASMANIAC Rumble because Frankie V is anti-Arvell Reese, wants the Jets to take David Bailey, and you are all about Arvell Reese, and you want the Jets to stay away from David Bailey at pick 2. So, the two of you guys, we got to get you on the show for an old-fashioned ASMANIAC draft debate Rumble.
I'm down. Listen, I love Frankie. I think he makes me laugh in a lot of ways in terms of like he has awareness and he's aware of his surroundings, but I can't describe it. He makes me laugh. I like him as a personality, but he's gone hard in the paint on this one. And we could chat about it anytime because, dude, I draft Bailey, but not even think about it at 2. He has the potential to be a specialized type edge. And what I mean by that is pass rushing specifically, not much else. He doesn't really use positioning. He's all hands. He goes around blockers. He sometimes says, to hell with the defensive structure and defensive play, I'm going to get mine. Sometimes it's great play. Sometimes it screws things up big time. Reese is the exact opposite. He uses positioning. He's aggressive. He's violent. His edge. I heard Dom C say this the other day, and it's right. He's the best run defender in the draft by far. And in a world where pass rushing opportunities are becoming fewer and fewer, because passing is in and out, 3-step, really quick. You have to, mobile QBs, you have to contain, you have to squeeze the edge. You have so many responsibilities. You can't have that one-track mindset on the pass rusher. So, yeah, let's go hard in the paint on this. I'm down.
I just love the fact that you guys are so just opposed to each other's takes on this. It makes it fun. So we'll set that up. We'll make it happen. Joe Blowett agrees with you, though. Joe Blowett, it feels like the Jet X team is all about Arvell Reese, and the U Stadium folks, they want David Bailey.
Yeah, Joe, I frequently intentionally try to find things to disagree with on Joe, and it's very difficult. I think the last disagreement was Drake London, Garrett Wilson. And it wasn't a huge one, but I had Garrett first. He had Drake first. And for a while, it looked like I was looking like roses, but Drake has come on. He might be right at the end of the day. But it's one of those things where it was 1A, 1B. We weren't far off. Let's put it that way.
Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Robbie Sabo is our guest. Cashmere Black writes in, would you let AVT go if you can get Elton Jenkins? So he's the Packers player who was released. They're saving a bunch of cap space in the move. I don't know. Or he's rumored, I guess, to be shopped. I'm seeing here. I don't know where you stand on AVT. Depending on his market, I'm very interested in bringing him back. But when I see some people speculating he can get like 30 million over 2 years, that just feels like a huge risk that I don't know if I would take it on the Jets.
Yeah, I'm. What's the 30 million guaranteed now, right?
At least probably 15 of it would be guaranteed.
Yeah, it's a lot. I wouldn't do that. But look, it's one of those things where, again, it's the availability. You got to be able to rely on the guy. And now if he's coming back for a non-guaranteed prove it deal, and has that animal mindset, like he's willing to take that on, where the market's not there for him, no problem. But if you're guaranteeing that kind of money over 2 years, excuse me, I just can't do it. It's too risky. I need dependable guys at this stage.
I mean, look, if you let Simpson and AVT go, you're going to have to sign a guard. The last thing the Jets need is to go into next year, or go into the draft, I should say, with an obvious need at guard. Like, wouldn't it be nice to not have to use pick 16 on a guard? Like, I don't know. Maybe we could take a skill player there that could actually help us score points. What a concept.
I think of all the positions, I think that's right. Free agency, it's tough because free agents don't really get to, or linemen don't really get to free agency, but interior, you could pull it off a lot easier. So my concern level over replacing Simpson and AVT, grabbing a guard or two, is not too high. I feel pretty comfortable they could do it.
Comments, questions, super chats. They will cut the line. Are we ready for the first ASMANIAC Madness matchup? Ladies and gentlemen, our play-in tournament will get underway shortly. Today we have 2 16 seeds going at it in our first show. Then during the afternoon show with Dylan Terraman, we'll have our other 2 16 seeds in action. That would be Man with the Jet Tattoo and Leany this afternoon. But right now it's Carlos the Barber and Cash Money Mike set to face off. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready to vote, because voting for ASMANIAC Madness is officially underway. Vote, vote, vote. Carlos, Cash Money Mike are your choices. We'll hear from Cash Money Mike and Carlos the Barber during this show. So stay tuned. I know some of you like to wait until you cast your vote. If you're looking for the call-in link, I will repost it again, because I know sometimes if you're watching on the phone, the YouTube poll could overtake that. But we will get to your calls, all that and more. And for those of you just tuning in, quick reminder that we are going to raffle away a Jets Legends jersey at the end of today's stream. Big thank you to everyone who continues to support these raffles. All right, let's talk a little bit about the draft now that the combine is in the books, because on FanDuel, Arvell Reese is still the betting favorite to go number 2, followed by David Bailey. We'll have plenty of time to talk more about this, but based on what you've seen from Arvell, I know you've been really diving into the film. What make the case right now why Arvell Reese should be the pick at number 2?
Because he's the better football player by a large margin. Better all-around football player by a lot. And even pass rushing itself, I would say he's the better NFL pass rusher as well. But throw pass rushing aside, he does everything. He could eat up. I saw the beginning. I didn't see the whole thing. I saw the beginning of Blewett's breakdown yesterday. Do you see how he could make tackles in space, in the flat, off a jet motion, zone read against skill position guys? That is unbelievable. That's one thing. And that's going to carry over. He's young. He's 20. He's 2 years younger than Bailey. So what's he going to look like? Blewett said this in 2 years. That's one thing. To have a guy who could eat up and take care of one-on-one tackles in space against skill guys as a front 7 dude is wild, number one. Number two, you'd expect a guy like that to be finesse, right? To be speedy, to be quick, to rely on hands, to go around blocks. No, he's aggressive. He's violent. He forklifts. He stacks and sheds like an animal. And he sets the edge in a way that elevates the rest of his defense more than anyone else in this draft. Like what I always say to people when trying to watch film breakdowns is, okay, is this guy truly going through the breakdown, and is he trying to provide details and hidden like, is this an IQ play? Where are the IQ plays? Where are the hustle plays? What is he doing? Is he earnestly going through it, or is he trying to sell you on a prospect? That's what I try to ask myself when I'm watching something. And when I see the Bailey stuff, I see selling. That's what I see, because all I see is selling on pass rush. You know, that's not the way the game is played today. If not for mobile quarterbacks and cheap sacks behind the backfield, sack numbers would be way down because the pass rush opportunities are way down. It is a do everything type league where you have to be 1 of 11 on a defense and execute the game plan correctly. And what Reese does, when people, stats are for suckers. When people look at the stats and they say, oh, he didn't have good last 6 games of the season. Do you know how many great plays he has made on the field? And this is football in general, that don't show up in the box score, that turn out to be a great play for one of his teammates because of what he did. And in this vein, it's not even close. Reese is the better prospect by far. It's even, my mind is boggled that it's not even a competition. And I think once the draft comes, unless there's something about Reese that I don't know of personally, this is just based on the tape. Obviously, we don't have the advantage of knowing these dudes. But I think once, as the draft nears closer, I don't think it's going to be a question.
In terms of the other options, you're not in on Bailey. But what about Sonny Styles? What about Caleb Downs? How do you weigh position value when you're picking as high as where the Jets are picking at number 2?
Now, don't get it twisted. I would draft Bailey. I just wouldn't draft him at 2. I think 2 is rarefied air. I think Bailey's more, mid first round maybe, and I still would have a question. When you think of Bailey, by the way, and we'll get to Sonny and Downs, but when you think of Bailey, I think of Will McDonald. You know, people will shake their heads at that comparison because, they don't look alike at all. But the way they played, coming out of the Big 12, a lot of 3-3-5 nickel. Big 12 is open. It's air raid. It's in space. It's not even close to the same physicality or violence as the Big 10 or SEC. People haven't transitioned with the Big 12 enough. It's below. It's many rungs below the 2 big conferences. We have to get that in our head, because look at the past half decade of Big 12 pass rushers. Will McDonald, Tyree Wilson from Texas Tech, the kid from the Chiefs, late first round, I forget, Felix something or another, Uzama, I don't know, forget his name, and Shamar Stewart last year.
Bailey's way more productive than Stewart. Not even close.
Listen, it's
Stewart had like 4.5 sacks. Bailey the last couple of years has like been dominant with sack production.
Hey, listen, it's still, I'm searching for that Big 12 pass rushing talent. And I'm not that guy that says, hey, the conference doesn't produce or the team doesn't produce. You can't take a USC quarterback because they never produce. It's just a cherry on top. It goes into watching tape in terms of competition as well. And that's a big thing. So yeah, Bailey his run defense, he played 4-eye at times, half the time, like McDonald did in college. So he reminds me of like a specialized type guy that you just don't want to take in the top 3, top 5, top 10. Yes, he could be a great pass rusher. He's got excellent hands. He's crafty. He's excellent in terms of going around, using his hands and going around and using momentum to get to a certain point. But that's too specialized for me at 2. The all around game is not there. At the point of attack, he gets mauled. He's not physical or aggressive enough. And again, sometimes you have to take blocks on the right way. And Reese, he delivers punishment time and time and time again when he's playing the edge or he has to fill or spill the A gap from off ball. And by the way, for folks who like stats, Reese only had 119 pass rush attempts last year and had by PFF 8 sacks, traditional stats 6.5. I think like 23 hurries or something. Bailey, 15 sacks, 80-something hurries, 380 pass rush attempts. That's 31% more. If you give Reese, project that out to 380 pass rush attempts, he has more sacks and hurries. So let me get this straight. He doesn't perfect his craft. He does so many other things for his defense. And if you give him the same amount of pass rush attempts, as Bailey, he has better numbers. Again, stats are for suckers, but we're going a little too crazy in terms of glorifying the big play sack instead of looking at the overall picture, all around picture that goes unnoticed and unseen on the broadcast.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Do you agree with Robbie? He's out on David Bailey at 2. He thinks Arvell Reese should be the Jets pick.
And by the way, Styles and Downs, I'd never argue consideration for them at 2. They're that good, both of them. The more I watch, the more I think Reese was the best player on the defense because he raised the ceiling for everyone else that much more than the other way around. Like if you want to think about it, Reese and Styles sometimes played together on the back end. Oftentimes, if it was 3-3-5, Reese went down to the edge, Sonny at the mic as the lone off-ball linebacker. The last game in the playoffs, they lost. Who was it? Miami, I think. I forget. Yeah, Miami. They flipped it because they were trying to do something different. But with those two, I think Reese set up Styles more than the other way around. Like Reese was Magic and Styles was Kareem. Reese lifted Styles' play as opposed to the opposite. But I still love the prospect, Sonny. No question.
Matt Patricia, former NFL head coach of the Lions, Belichick's DC for many years. He's the defensive coordinator at Ohio State.
Has he said anything?
Yeah, he was on Peter Schrager's podcast yesterday, and he was asked about Reese going to the Jets potentially. So this was Patricia on that.
We're assuming Mendoza goes 1. Make the case for Reese as worthy of a number 2 overall and the best pass rusher in this draft.
Yeah, one of my favorite guys to be around. You
really?
I'm telling you, Arvell has this unbelievable. When you see him, I smile. I can't help it. He's just a joy. You have so much fun. He's a sponge. He wants to learn. And he played off the ball. When you watch his on the line of scrimmage work, and I think that's what everyone's trying to figure out right now, his ability to set the edge of the defense, his explosive power that you see on tape, his ability to run, speed to power, pass rush, compress the pocket from the backside. It's pretty rare and it's pretty special.
Reese is going to be put up against Bain and Bailey as the 2 other pass rushers that are really being looked at as that 2 overall pick. Reese has the bigger upside. How good can Reese be?
Yeah, I would say the sky's the limits. The thing about Arvell that's different is Arvell can play multiple positions. So it's not just locked in. We know how it goes in the NFL. Like if you sit in one position, you're going against pretty good players. Those offensive tackles, those guys are legit. It's really hard if you're kind of a one position guy. You better be that dynamic edge rusher. Arvell is learning to be that and has so much upside with that. Plus, early in his career, you can put him in a bunch of different spots and then watch that production just, be creative with the way that you use them. So I think that's the value to me that says the upside is really, it's unlimited as far as what you can do with him.
All right. So some good stuff there from Matt Patricia on with Peter Schrager. And in that full podcast, they also, of course, got into Sonny Styles. Of course, they broke down Downs, Caleb Downs. So
broke down Downs, did they? Broke down Downs.
Broke down Downs. So there could be, 4 Ohio State Buckeyes?
Yeah.
That go in the top 5, maybe?
Yeah. Listen, it's crazy to think about.
Because you have Tate as well. So maybe not 5, but 10. You have Downs, Styles, Reese, Carnell, Tate. Am I missing someone? Reese, so it's Caleb Downs, Sonny Styles, Reese. Those are the 3 defenders. Tate would be 4.
Mm-hmm.
You might have 4 Buckeyes going in the top 10,
which is deserved. They're that damn good. Honestly, number 1 ranked defense by a mile. They are that damn good, and it's Patricia said something there that's interesting. Reese, he said he's a sponge. He likes to learn. The more you watch this guy, the more you realize he wasn't just a hanger-oner in terms of Sonny being the mic and leader. No, Reese directed traffic as well. He was the 1B leader. And when you watch tape, there's certain things where he's on the edge. He has a pass rushing rep, but instead of, actually we'll bring it up. And instead of going right to the quarterback, he does the right thing for his teammates because he's aware. Let me try to find that film for you.
Yeah, let's do a little film review. You'll break down some film for us. Joe the Jet, in the meantime, as you pull that up, let me get to his super chat here. Appreciate everyone who's tuned in. We'll get caught up in the super chats before Robbie does a little film. And then, hey, Cash Money Mike, I see you on hold. Carlos the Barber will give you a chance to call in because ASMANIAC Madness is officially underway. Get your votes in for our opening play-in battle. Joe the Jet says, I'm willing to bet the QB room is going to be Tua, Brissett, and Ty Simpson. Very similar plan to the Giants last year. I mean, look, I could see Ty being in the room with two other vets. I still would be very surprised if it ends up being Tua as one of the vets the Jets sign. Again, the injury concerns, the cold weather concerns, that would really surprise me. Brissett being acquired for a day 3 pick, could definitely see it. Jets drafting Ty Simpson, could definitely see it. But I'd be very surprised on Tua.
Agreed. And I don't think that's just a personal opinion. And even though it is of mine, I don't want him. I think Glenn is thinking that as well. It's I could see Kyler. I thought Cousins, but maybe it's Cousins not being interested. I don't know. And Tyson Bagent is the other name getting run. What do you think about that possibility?
Yeah, I don't really understand that hype. What am I giving up for Tyson Bagent?
Can't be better be, back end of the draft.
5th round pick,
round 6 maybe.
Yeah. All Guild Up says, thoughts on the Cardinals willing to move Brissett for a day 3 pick? Seems like more of a fit for Reich plus the connection. I mean, he has the perfect connection. He's already played for Frank Reich. And as Rich Cimini noted on the show yesterday, apparently where Jacoby Brissett's from, he knows Bill Parcells growing up. And Parcells considers him like a son. They're that close. So we know Aaron Glenn's affinity for Parcells. So I definitely think Brissett, if I had to place a bet on one of the quarterbacks in the room, I could see Brissett being one of them. And I still have this feeling the Jets are going to end up with either Carr or Kyler for whatever reason.
I agree. And, people, I think fans didn't like what I said about Carr the other week. I forgot what show it was when he was talking about him and his brother. I'll come back, but only for a chance at a title. And I said, right. Who the hell do you think you are? Are
you going to be Mahomes' backup this year, Derek?
Yeah. Who the hell do you think you are to dictate like this? It doesn't mean I wouldn't take him, of course. If he was available and he was willing to go to the Jets and fit into that offense, of course I would. But yeah, that's just, that's a little too much.
Unreal. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Before we get to the film, let's hear from a member in this year's ASMANIAC Madness tournament. He's in battle right now. He's going to need them out to come back. Early voting. It has Carlos the Barber at 60% of the vote. Cash Money Mike with 39% of the vote. So Mike needs a comeback, and he's first up today on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline. Cash Money Mike, what's your pitch to the ASMANIAC community?
Well, the pitch for the ASMANIAC community is that I've been a Jake Asman fan for a long time. I'm one of the first persons that recognized you in the public many years ago, about 4 years ago, I believe, Jake, on the Long Island Railroad coming back from a Knicks game. One, I always support the ASMANIACs as I have my gear on right now. Two, I was at Tampa with you as well and spent a good 2 days with the whole ASMANIACs as well as the gas bar over in Tampa. So that was fun times as well. You gave me my name, Cash Money Mike. So that's number 2.
How'd that come up? How'd that come about? How'd the nickname come about? What happened?
Because Cash Money Mike, would you win $500 in the raffle that night at that party?
It was actually $750. It was the largest. It was the largest pot ever at the Tampa Jets fan community.
Pot, you say?
Oh, there was some of that there as well.
What?
Yeah, that's out of my scope. But I've been a long time Jets fan since probably back in the late '80s. I'm kind of an older guy, but young at heart. I remember the 1998 Keith Byers fumbles. I remember the
everything went wrong in that.
Everything went wrong. We were up 10-0 in that halftime against Denver, and I was living in Pennsylvania at that time. And
me too. Where in PA?
I was in Harrisburg.
Oh, okay, like real PA. I was in Milford, Dingman's Ferry, right over the border to Jersey. Yeah, that's real PA. Harrisburg. That's
Willsbury Scranton is real Pennsylvania too.
Yeah, I've lived there too. Yeah, college.
Yeah. Yep. So I lived in Harrisburg for 2 years, and then I moved back to Long Island. Couldn't stand the one, there was no internet, and the manure in Harrisburg was just, I couldn't take it anymore. So But anyways, the reason why I'm a huge Jets fan, I'm a huge Jets fan, you know, just the fact that my brother got me, became a Jets fan. My father's actually a Giants fan, and my brother, who's older than I am, is a Jets fan, so that's who I follow through. And I fell in love with Al Toon. He was one of my favorite players growing up, number 88. And then ultimately, I'm just, you know, I went to Jets drafts every year. When it was in Radio City Music Hall. So, you know, I have that in the background. I only missed 1 year before they moved it over to different cities. Is when I met my future father-in-law. He had to take me to Calverton shooting range in Long Island and take me shooting. So I had to go shooting with him and miss the draft. It was my first time I missed the draft. And yeah, I'm just a loyal fan. I'm a loyal fan to Jake Asman. You know, I think he does a great job on creating a great community here at on YouTube. I only follow Jake Asman. I started to follow JT as well because I met JT in Tampa. Cool dude. And yeah, you know, I'm a Jets fan at heart. I'm also a Yankee fan at heart. So Jake and I have a little camaraderie as far as favorite teams that we like. And the good thing is, I have a lot of fans that are also Jets and Met fans, a lot of friends, and I feel bad for them because they have to go through the Mets and the Jets. Unfortunately, you know, as a Jets fan, and I say this to the whole community, you know, as a Jets fan, we should get free therapy.
Yeah.
You know,
we should get a lot more than that, but I'm with you, Cash Money Mike.
And the other thing I want to mention too, because I got some notes here, right? Being a Jets fan builds character, right? More than the military. So, you know, keep that at heart as well, and make sure you keep your prayers for the military on the war going in Iraq.
That's the line of the year so far.
I love it. A couple questions from the chat here. If you're going to try and win over some votes, Ted wants your opinion on Beast allegedly pissing out of his window.
Yeah, I saw that video plenty of times. I'm a Beast fan. I love Beast. I got him pretty far going in the tournament as well. I actually own a Beast Breaker t-shirt that Jake Asman bought me a shot at the Tampa bar when we came down here in week 3. Do I believe it? Do I believe in it? It looks pretty real, but it also looks pretty AI as well. But nothing can get past Beast Breaker, right? Beast Breaker is a mind of his own. That's why everyone in the community loves him. That's why I'm a huge fan of Beast Breaker as well. And I think he brings a lot to the table to the Jake Asman show.
Well, I'll tell you what, Cash Money Mike, good luck. Right now you're trailing 56 to 44.
Let's go get those votes up. Get those votes up.
Hey,
get those votes up.
You gained some ground during this call, so stick around and who knows what will happen. All right. But thanks for all your support, your great calls over the year. It's awesome that you called in. Hopefully Carlos could call in, make his pitch as well. But right now we got Carlos and Cash Money Mike going at it. So Mike,
right, let's go. I'm an Asmaniac as heart. I'm an Asmaniac as heart right here. Let's go. Come on. Vote for Cash.
ASMANIAC Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Vote. All right, we're going to get to some film review with Robbie, get to more of your super chats. Of course, memberships will get you in our weekly raffle for the following 4 signed items, or 3 signed items and 1 Super Bowl III display. I'll show you that photo in a moment. But tomorrow, Curtis Martin signed jersey, Reba signed helmet, Chad Pennington signed helmet, and a 4th prize this week. It is a framed Super Bowl III replica ticket display. So some really cool items in our weekly raffle. So Robbie, I just want to get you up to speed on the latest Beast controversy. I'll play you the short clip, get your thoughts, and then let's get to some calls. And I know you got some Reese film that you'll break down for us. So watch this, formulate your opinion, and you tell us what you think.
What does everybody? That video has to be cut. I don't want to see that.
Looks like piss.
I did not pee out the window. I only do that in the bathroom only. Get that correct. Shame.
Relax. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with more from Beast.
Beast Mac.
Look at my TV.
Beast Mac.
That wasn't me peeing. I was just stringing the cheese. Calm your freaky down. I cook burgers in my attic and burn it down. You know, next week I got blood work and you're going to push this crap? Blood boiling. I was just about to go to the bathroom and take a you-know-what. Come back to me at 5. I got to go take a leak.
That doesn't sound like you're taking a leak.
I got to take a leak.
Okay.
It's like I gas right now. Oh.
I'll take your word for it. Why are you walking towards the bathroom? Don't you gotta go to the window?
I haven't had anything to eat all day. I'm really hungry, and I heard about this new fast food place called PITTSBURGH.
Are you tired of grilling outdoors? Are you tired of having to go to the kitchen to cook? Thanks to Beast's ultimate taste tool, my troubles are over. Sure, it's a little smoky, but who cares? Look, I even got a bucket to shit in so I never have to leave my room. Now you're cooking with butt.
I need 3 attic burgers. Jake, do you want a diarrhea cha-cha-cha? Because I'm going to get one.
Give me a side of diarrhea cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, all right. So 2 diarrhea cha-cha-chas. I'll take some maga fries. Give me 2 unbreakable bed pies. You get all that, Beast? Yeah, I don't think you took my order. This is the worst fast food joint I've ever been to.
All right. What's your take on what you just watched?
Well, you know, a man is having intestinal issues when it looks like his back is injured. That's one. You know what I mean? Like he's hunched over. Like, yeah, Pepto. Get that Pepto. Number 1. Number 2. The man urinated out the window. Let's call it a spade a spade. He urinated out the window. And number 3, it looks like, you know, the slime from Nickelodeon back in the late 80s. What is going on? Follow through on that blood work, Beast, please, my brother.
Man, some strong takes there from Robbie Sabo. All right, you ready for some film?
Can you imagine? Like, all I can envision is Beast's intestines right now. Hey, how long do they stretch? You know, from here to a different state in the country.
He wrote, "Right now is not a good time."
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready.
What does everybody?
You okay, Beast?
He was congested at 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. I had to get him out and check on him. I had to make sure he was okay. You know, sure he was motorboating, but he has problems right here, and it's congested up here in the nose department. So I'm trying to call the vet and try to see if I can get him into the vet. No one's even answering the damn phone.
Who are you talking about?
For those who don't know, Beast has a pet guinea pig named Little Joey, and Little Joey was not motorboating. Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, well, he ate this morning. Well, he ate a little bit, which is good, but it's just, which means you're all gonna have to.
There's only one motorboating. There's only one motorboating I'm aware of, and you need a pair around. Like, what's going on?
He motorboats. He's a guinea pig.
Calm your freaky down.
Ah.
Well, you know, wedding crashers.
Do guinea pigs motorboat?
Yes, they do.
Are they built for speed or for comfort? You old sailor, you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, kid. It's okay.
Magic finger.
He's gonna be 2 coming up.
All right. Might have
2.
to register with the authorities, my friend.
Yeah, well, you got that means no more making fun of me right now. This is not the best time, especially.
Okay, I apologize.
Not enough.
I apologize.
No more of that fucking diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
All right, good luck, Beast.
Beast, all you gotta do is backhand me. Just backhand me figuratively, and I shut the hell right up.
You ready for some Arvell Reese film, please?
Did we go off the rails or what?
Yeah. I call this a normal Thursday in March on the show.
Yeah. Holy shit, man. All right.
Do a screen share. That's the best way. I see it.
Yeah, because you can see my cursor, right?
Yep. Whenever you're ready, break down this play.
Nice. So
tell us why Arvell Reese needs to be the pick at 2, because you're a big believer in this.
And this goes to Patricia in terms of he's a sponge. His football IQ is a lot better than people think. Now, here he is right here. I'm not going to give anything away. If you're in the comments, tell me why. And this is a pass rush situation. I think Crosschop uses the wrist really well. The left tackle, who's the left tackle for Penn State? Shelton, I forget his name, but he's going to be an NFL guy. Mid-round or late round, maybe. Not a top prospect, but why does Reese not pin his ears back right away? Why does he take a little time here before he gets going? And then when he turns the corner, it's insane. But watch it. Okay, a little slow initially. Like he was he didn't pin his ears back. He didn't go straight for the quarterback. He wasn't a bat out of hell. Now, why is that the case? Also, look at his stance right here. Usually in the 3-3-5, nose tackle, zero tech, 4-eye, 4-eye. You're going to see this is one of the nickel principles. I think Glenn is more mint, where it's going to be these 3 linemen and 1 jack, and it might be Arvell Reese. So that's more mint, the mint front. See the staggered look, the running man look? This is how Reese normally is, getting ready to rush the passer. This is 3rd and 4. Why is Reese in a off-ball balance stance here? That's the question. And now when he off the snap, no get off, he takes his time. He's deliberate. He's not really quick. Why? And then he destroys the left tackle. But why is that? The reason is situation. It's 3rd and 4. If you notice, emotions coming in. It's close bunch. It's condensed in terms of splits. 3rd and 4 on the field side, he's watching for a crack. He's worried that 85 or this receiver is going to crack down on him. So instead of being a bat out of the hell and being selfish and trying to get that sack, he's doing the right thing by taking a half split second at the jump, at the snap, to make sure he's not getting cracked. Because if you're an offense and you're a play caller, offensive coordinator, you take advantage of guys like this who just want to get to the quarterback and don't think out the game in terms of an all-around ability. Reese ain't that. This is 3rd and 4. If he's going for the pass rusher, all you got to do is crack him, get him on the inside, and you create a whole bunch mass chaos confusion to get that pitch going around the edge for the first down. That's why he's so deliberate off the snap. And that's just one example of his football IQ.
So you think he's as smart as any player you've studied, basically, because he's 20 years old. Patricia's raved about that. Like, your thoughts on the intelligence factor?
I wouldn't say, as smart as any player. I just think his football IQ and his instincts are being really underplayed right now. Let's put it that way. I think when people say it's all projection and he's raw and it's a project, and I think that's nonsense. Like, he's ready day one right now, and he's smart, and he has.
What's his role day one?
Edge. Yeah, he's going to play edge right away. And
so him and McDonald are the edge in the 3-4.
Yeah, by default, yes. In a perfect world, you want to get McDonald out of there and just have him in sub package role, because he cannot do what I'm about to show you in terms of edge play. Like his edge play is just filthy. It's filthy. Here he is right here, and this is the staggered stance that I'm showing you. Not a balanced, comfortable, ready base, even though there is crack potential. I don't know what the situation is. I think it's 1st and 10 or 2nd and 10. Let's play it off the snap here. Do people understand how good that is? Never should an edge guy win that cleanly against any lineman who's going to play in the NFL. Now, again, this guy's not a top prospect, but still, Penn State left tackle, you're just tossing him off you like he's 5 years old.
Play it again. Played it a bunch of times.
This is insane. And now this is a play on the broadcast where it's a tackle for loss, so he'll get some screen time and he'll get some credit and he'll get some shine. But there are so many plays, like Blewett showed you, I think 1 or 2 yesterday, where he met the pulling guard flat, squeezed it, perfect spot to make sure the rest of his defense could be in the right position inside out to make the tackle. Like, those are the plays that people just, they ignore completely. And you see this a lot from Reese. He just loves stack and shed, sometimes forklift, watch his hands and watch his head. Try to get under that chin. Boom. See that? For 20 years old, for people to call him raw and a projection is just flat out silly. If you're doing that, you're just looking at pass rushing and you're just paying attention to the stats and the broadcast. This, boom, crown right under the chin. Shock him. Okay? Hands inside, peek to the edge, outside your edge, so you have to turn everything in, yet you can't give up ground. If you go too far downhill and you're here, you're screwing your team. Can't do that. It's not about edge, is not about turning everything in. It's about turning everything in with time and space, so the rest of your team can get it done. Okay, peek to the outside. Now he peeks to the inside, base, and as soon as he wants to get rid of the man, and this is a great job by the interior because it forces the running back to bounce it. to edge, but rarely do running backs bounce it to Reese's edge because they have no shot. As soon as he wants to get rid of him, pull, wrap, done. It's wild, man. It really
One of your biggest haters in the chat is Jet Nation, who I believe I believe it's Frankie V's cousin, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Did you just make that up, or is that
No,
real?
I swear to God, I know Frankie's cousin watches the show. I don't know his name, but I'm pretty sure Jet Nation NYC is Frankie V's cousin.
Yeah.
He writes in, "Oh well, are we just kidding with plays like this? Outside linebackers do this."
I mean, what do you just watch Pop Warner? Like, what are you talking about? That is as clean a one-on-one edge shed as you'll ever see. Yeah, sorry, it's not as exciting as a sack. You must be a casual.
Damn, Robbie Sabo. Hey now, let's go.
This is up there in the upper echelon of impressive plays, but casuals won't pay attention to it.
I love it.
Yeah.
You got another play you want to show us?
I don't know. Let's see. Now let me show you Bailey.
This is a Bailey.
This is a positive Bailey play. Now, why I say McDonald is this is the 3-3-5. Okay, zero tech, more of a 3 here, and then Bailey's right here. See, this is the edge. This is where Reese would normally be. So again, everyone's saying Bailey true edge. No, he played a lot inside. This is an inside position. When it's a 4 front, even front, he's on the edge, just like Reese. 3-3-5, Reese is on the edge. Bailey was more inside. Again, Big 12. Big 12 is speed. It's open. It's air raid. It's not as physical. It's not as violent. We know this. So this is an example. When Bailey wins against the run, 2 things. He wins quickly with his hands, and he goes around. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. You want him, because this is a big play, too. This is 3rd and 2 in the playoff. This is a tremendous, tremendous play. Now, watch him. Left tackle steps inside, maybe a little too hard, but he uses momentum against him, goes the opposite way, uses hands, boom. Great play. Unbelievable play. Now, here's what's missing. At the point of attack, when it's not 1v1, see, his positive run defense plays show up as pass rushing. Quick hands, go around, 1v1, backyard, street ball. That's Bailey, whether it's pass, whether it's run. And that's why people say he's not great at the point of attack, run D, because he rarely uses positioning like Reese does. He rarely does the things that you really want him to do. Texas Tech runs a defense where he freelances sometimes. It's stuff that you never see on an NFL football field. So that's what you got to watch for in his run D. It's not positioning. It's not brute force. It's hands and go around. Hand and go around. You see Reese stack and shed, have no problem getting that crown underneath his chin. And I think, buy some time. I got to find another one.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Cash Money Mike writes in, don't forget to vote for me, Cash Money Mike. If I win, I'll donate 50 memberships to the Jake Asman Show. For those who don't know, 50 memberships would be $250.
Holy jeez.
So how about trying to buy votes, which is legal? You could do whatever you want to do. I mean, it doesn't always work. I mean, the Asmaniacs are going to vote for who they want to vote.
Buying votes is legal, huh?
Buy votes. Well, you could bribe people in an attempt to get people to vote for you. I guess he's not. Is it buying votes if he says he'll give 50 memberships? Like, he's not saying 50 people are going to vote for me based on that.
Hey, you can't listen. You're not God. You can't regulate things. Things happen. If people want to send you to Hawaii for 2 weeks for an easy win, no problem.
Super chat from the Rooster. He cuts the line. He's in the raffle for 2. Rooster. He says, Robbie, how did Reese grade out in the Miami playoff game? Just wondering if you looked at that entire game.
Yeah. Grade out. He was good. He was really good. It's not going to show up in the box score, but the edges.
We didn't have a sack for the last, 6 or 7 games people were saying, but you're watching the film.
I saw something on Twitter saying he only had, 7 or 8 tackles and no sacks. I'll say it again. Stats are for suckers. If you're just viewing a prospect based on stats purely, it has to be complementary. It has to be a secondary in nature. Now, I thought he was fine in the Miami game. Now, Miami did good things rushing the ball. There's no question, but it was more the interior. It was more And I got a clip. We'll actually go through it. I'll try to be quicker. Here's Bailey here. Again, one of those interior roles. Now, he doesn't like going into a 2-point stance. He stays in the 3-point stance, which is very rough for the inside. Like I would.
Is that coaching though? How do you know that the coaches aren't telling him to do that?
It's possible, but I think it's coaching saying, okay, he feels more comfortable in 2-point, so we'll allow it. I think that's, and hey, listen, if it works, no problem. But in terms of pushing guys back and making sure you're okay in terms of this position, it's very difficult. And again, this is edge, really, in the 3-3-5. This is edge. This is more interior, even though it's a 5-tech, I'd say, outside the tackle. So watch this now. People are going to say double team. Okay, Dante Moore sees something. I think it's a zone concept to the right. All right. He's really good with get off, too. So with pass rushing at the NFL level, it's going to be positive, but how much does his get off help everything else is the question. 75 left tackle. This is way too easy. Boom. Just punch the hell out. Like, people are going to call us a double team, and sure, I get it. 2 guys were on him, but you can't allow this. Like, this is just too easy. You can't do that. And then to allow the tight end to cross your face, it's just way too much. It's way too easy. Again, I give him a break, though, because I don't think he's going to be playing a lot of that position at the NFL level.
Questions for Robbie? Write them in as we go through this. Ladies and gentlemen,
a couple more while you're kicking it around.
Mike wants to know where you would go in Hawaii for $250. By the way, I thought that was funny.
$250. I didn't even pay attention to that. When I say Hawaii vacation, you gotta pay the bills. You gotta up it a little more than that for sure.
Robin Boy Wonder says Jets have no linebackers. Why not Styles?
I love Styles. I can't.
By the way, they will have linebackers by the time we get to the draft.
Yeah, you think Anzalone is going to happen? I mean, anything could happen at this point, but
or a third stint of duty for 37-year-old Demario Davis.
That would be wild. And I cannot believe a linebacker is still playing at that age. It's insane.
And he's good. He had a good season.
Hey, he's what year? What was his final year with the Jets? I don't even remember at this point.
24. They signed Avery Williamson to replace him.
Wow, that's great.
Demario Davis was a Jet in 2012 through 2015. Then he signed with the Browns in 2016, came back to the Jets in 2017, signed with the Saints in 2018. He's been there ever since. He's played 14 years in the league. This will be his age 37th season. It'll be his 15th year if he signs with the Jets.
Wow, that's wild.
That was an Izzik pick, 2012. No, that was Tannenbaum's last year. Never mind.
Was it Tannenbaum? Yeah, 2012 was Tannenbaum. Yeah, his last hurrah, his last gift to the Jets before departing. Here he is again, Bailey, against Oregon.
I'm Ace, by the way, real quick. He started getting all-pro honors after age 30 as well. Yeah, he's like a Benjamin Button football player, man.
For real. It's something you shouldn't even analyze. It's so rare. It's ridiculous. Again, 3-3-5. You can call it inside. You can call it semi-edge. Again, it's more of a 5-tech. He's standing up on the inside. Okay. Head up at the tackle. Let's play it through. All right. Trying to time it. Get off. He's really intent on the get off. Okay. There's just no force. There's just no force at the point of attack. I mean, you see it with offenses all the time. They run right at him. And in this game, especially Oregon, he had to come off. They took him off the field for 3, 4, 5 plays in terms of stretches when they got the running game going. I don't know if he was banged up or anything, but right off the jump, okay, standing, you're already at a disadvantage. 2 hands, outside, peek, outside, hold it. I know it's zone. You got to flow a little bit, but hold it. You're just getting pushed too much. You're just getting manhandled a little too much for my liking. And I think that's the stuff people at number 2, no thank you. Like that's the thing. If we're talking about the number 20 pick, hey, let's go. I mean, I'm cool. Give me a pass rusher. But you have McDonald already. If this guy truly is a specialized edge player where his ability or superpower, is lack of a better word, is pass rushing, do you really want McDonald 2 specialized edges? That's a recipe for disaster. No, you need an all-around stud who could do the dirty work and all the little things. And that's not to say Reese can't be a great pass rusher. He can be. I think he has better traits right now, honestly.
I love it. I love the take. We gotta get you and Tanky B on the same show debating this. Jet Nation, Frankie B's cousin, asked Robbie why Reese didn't force one turnover, including forced fumbles at Ohio State.
He sucks. There you go. He's terrible. He's awful. There you go. You happy? You win. Bailey's better than Reese. What the fuck you want me to do? He's He's a bad player. You got me. I have been pantsed. Oh my God. Stop looking at the stats. Stats are for suckers. Man. One more. Just for that one. One more. You see it?
Not yet. You hit end screen share. I'm afraid to talk. I'm worried you're gonna yell at me.
It's a friendly yell.
Dylan Terraman loves your passion today.
It's just, listen, I'm usually unbothered by all the opinions. You just laugh and chuckle, but when you go really hard in the paint, enough is enough. Here he is again. Let's watch it full speed. Offenses run straight at him. You don't see any type of edge play. And then listen, that's inside on a 3-3-5. I still got to grab some edge stuff. But even when he is out on the edge playing run defense, there's nothing violent or physical or aggressive about him. He's all hands, all try to work in space and elude and go around. That is specialized. Like if I had to choose who's more of a project between him and Reese at the NFL level, it's him. Not even a question. It's not even close.
Ladies and gentlemen, some film with Robbie Sabo. We'll do more of these leading up to the draft. But can I give everyone a poll update?
Look at Joey. Why is Robbie only showing negative plays? The first play I showed was a positive.
Ladies and gentlemen, fired up Sabo. Quick polling update. 51-49. Carlos the Barber has a slight lead. This was 60-40. And slowly but surely, Cash Money Mike is on his way to making a huge comeback here. Poll's been open for 44 minutes. There's 232 votes in. Typically, our shows are between 90 minutes and 2 hours. So there's still some time for people just getting in to vote. Is Carlos the Barber going to call in? He said on the air the other day he would. Yeah, we have not heard from Carlos. Carlos, I feel like, look, I don't want to influence any voting here, but we heard from Mike. It certainly helped his case. Carlos, if you're out there, if anyone knows the great Carlos the Barber, tell him to call in and make his case.
ASMANIAC Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
I got some good news, Robbie. You ready for this? On the line right now is none other than Carlos the Barber Los.
Yeah, baby.
What's going on, fellas? Robbie, great hair, by the way, man.
Yo, yeah, what would you do to my hair? That's would it low fade? What would you do? What do you think?
Let me just by looking at you right now, Robbie, I'll say you'll go with 1.5, kind of like a low fade 1.5, maybe into a 2.
Yeah.
And then we're going to scissor the top down a little bit, kind of get the little spike going up there on the top. Square in the back, maybe square sideburns, something
square.
like that.
Interesting.
No, not square? You like
No. I honestly don't even know what it means. I'm keeping the combo going.
Oh. All right, well, so square in the back just means that it's boxed off. Your lineup will be boxed off, and then rounded is just more circular in the back. Now you can go with the taper look as well, but you don't have to get either one. You can go with a taper look, something to that effect. But what do you think? Was I close to what you get there on the hair?
Yeah, what I normally get, and I'm very trusting of my current barber. I just go, do your thing. I think it's 1.5 right now, low. I don't know what they do in the back though. I haven't looked at it, I think, since 2009.
Carlos, why should people vote for you, Carlos the Barber? And speak loudly because your volume is very low. I tried to bump you up on my end. You're still low.
Okay, forgive me. Is that,
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. Much better.
Here we go. Okay, so look, Cash Money Mike has all the accolades. Cash Money Mike has, all the talent. He has a lot going for himself. I will say I've only been watching the Jake Asman show for a couple of years. I do support it. I've never been able to make it out to a meet or anything like that. Just haven't been able to really afford to do so. But I've been a Jets fan since around the Curtis Martin era. And I will say that it was tough because my dad was a real big Dolphins fan. So I actually had to go to war in my household for the Jets, as he loved Dan Marino and all that. So I was real big Curtis Martin, Keyshawn Johnson. On defense, I used to really like Cox. Brian Cox.
They didn't have any pass rushers for that team, and he was like the default pass rusher on the edge in '98.
Man, just I love the Jets. I love the community. The people. I've grown to know so many people, even if it's just through camera. But great people. I've been watching since the first tournament. I remember in the first tournament saying, "Man, one day, maybe one day I can be in the ASMANIAC Madness." And it was surprising because when I seen number 16 seed, I said, "Oh man, wow, look at that, man! I actually made it to the ASMANIAC Madness." So even if I was to not win today, would it be disappointing? Listen, of course, we all want to win. Nobody wants to lose. But at the same time, I would love to get Cash Money Mike in here one day for a haircut. I know he said he's in Florida. I'm actually near Gainesville, Florida, in between Ocala, Gainesville. That'd be nice. Get him on camera in here, getting a haircut for the ASMANIACs, and something to that effect. Maybe one day we can do a live show once you come out this way, Jake, and we can do a live show in the barbershop. But yeah, listen, if you vote for me, I appreciate it, man. I'm not here trying to
free haircuts for anyone who votes for you. Is that still the running offer?
Listen, hey, I know it's kind of far-fetched, maybe if you feel like you're far away, but if you're in the area, you got my word. You ever come down here in this way in Florida, and we're gonna get you right. We'll get you that free haircut. So yeah, this is awesome, man. Listen, it's an experience, man. I feel great. Either way, this feels like even if I win, it still feels like like when you're a team that you win and you kind of know you're about to face the Golden State Warriors or something like that. That's what it feels like when you got to go up against Kyle Clifton in the next round. It's like it's like the Golden State Warriors. You already know it's going to be a sweep because who's going to go against Kyle Clifton? You know what I mean? Like I don't even have an intro on the show. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely losing.
It's like the Bills in the early '90s. You just knew.
But now listen, y'all, I just wanted to call in, man. Shout out to Cash Money Mike. Awesome. Seems like an awesome person.
50.
Man, this call might have not worked for me, huh?
We got a battle here. This is great. I love it. The opening battle. Let's go. Carlos, look, pull out all the stops. You want to call back in later? Cash Money Mike, same with you. There's basically nothing off limits here and what you could do to try and get votes because at the end of the day, it's whoever has more votes, that's who wins. And I'll read you a response from your competitor.
We'll love to have
Mike wrote, Carlos,
we'll love to have
Cash cutting through Jets misery for decades. 4 to be exact. Vote for Cash Money Mike.
Hey, listen, he's got all the accolades. I'm telling you, man, I can't beat the accolades. I'll be honest, man. He's got a resume, man. But hey, I'm the new guy. But yeah, listen, I would love to get Cash Money Mike in here one day for a haircut. That'd be awesome. If he's ever in this area, we'll get him a nice fade.
Good luck. All right. Stay by the voting poll here. It could go either way.
Yes, sir. All right, man.
Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Oh, yeah. This is a good one, man. 50-50 right now. 51-49 I'm seeing. Cash Money Mike. So this is what you want. You want a good opening matchup here. You never know what's going to happen with, a 16 seed battle, but this is a good start in the playing round this afternoon. Man with the Jets tattoo in Lenia, North Carolina will square off. Love that.
Yeah, that's a hell of a name too, man. Jets fan with what is it? Jets man with the tattoo?
Man with the Jets tattoo.
Man with the Jets tattoo. Yeah, it's a hell of a name.
Yep. Very, very. It's a bit of a tongue twister.
I'm not going to try to say it again.
Mike Perez says, calm your freaky down. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been getting a little freaky here. There's been some comments said that I'm just shaking my head at.
Calm your freaky down.
Thank you for the reminder, Big Show. All right, let's get to your calls. The winner of this battle will face the #1 overall seed in the tournament next week. That starts Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, a guy who Robbie Sabo is picking to win the whole thing. Kyle Clifton is on the line.
How you doing, fellas?
Mr. Clifton?
Yeah, I don't think
Inside
disrespecting anyone's future opponents is ever a good thing. So I wanted to just call and kind of scout out the competition here. I think these guys should give themselves a little bit more credit than that. It's going to be a hard-fought battle round through round. This ASMANIAC.
What a diplomat this guy is. What a diplomat.
But I will say, the barber, like, I don't know if he was doing himself any favors by calling in from a sunken Iranian warship at the beginning of that call. Like, that was a little rough to begin with, but he righted the ship, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, I see the case for Reese over Bailey. I keep on coming back to Styles at 2.
Yeah.
Because I think to have a guy that can be a 10, 12-year pro at a high level as the centerpiece of your defense, a position of need, although, the draft is about value over need. To me, it's not as easy a decision as it should be. If Reese were more of a dedicated edge in college and had shown more of a pass rushing repertoire, this would be a no-brainer because of his tools.
But he has. Like, I don't know. Why do people say that?
I mean,
I don't understand.
He hasn't been a dedicated edge as much as, say Bailey.
Yeah, but
right?
isn't like, in other words, he hasn't dedicated his life to edge. He doesn't have time to work on it because he's doing so many other things for his defense, yet his stats project out better if given the same opportunity. Like, I don't understand.
Robbie, I don't want you to misread me. I think either would be a good pick.
No, I know, but forget about that. Just, I don't understand that narrative. When you watch the tape, it's as clear as day. Anytime you put him there, he wins in terms of pass rushing. 119 total pass rush attempts to Bailey's 380. I just don't understand that narrative. That's all.
Okay. I mean, like, it's going to be hard to pass on a guy with those kind of traits that could be a, LT light if he goes out to his potential, right? Like,
right. But also, let's squeeze this in there. What about run defense from the edge? Which guy has proven and shown more?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be Reese over Bailey, right?
Right. Why does no one talk about that or think like that is a massive deal, and it's not even close between the two.
So then it comes down to who is going to be there at 16, right? Like, to me, we are ardently hoping that Simpson is taken in those first 15 picks, and we are ardently hoping that at least 2 cornerbacks go off in those first 15 picks. Does that seem fair to you? Because if it does, I feel like one of these other players at a position of need is going to drop, whether it's one of the 3 wide receivers, whether it's, maybe it's, I don't think it's going to be Malinell or Downs, but someone's going to be there.
I think that sounds right. I'm still undecided in terms of like, who's your dream number 16 pick to both of you? Who do you want right now?
Caleb Downs, but he won't be there. Mekhi Levin, I'd settle for.
Yeah.
No, I think it's probably going to be Lemon or Sadiq.
What about Tate? Could he make it or no?
I don't know.
What about Tyson?
One of the receivers. Tyson's intriguing.
Receivers fall for whatever reason. So
they do because it's deep. There's so many receivers and tight ends for that matter. I don't know. I got to look more at Lemon. Lemon, at first glance, the explosiveness might not be there, but he's really crafty and smart. I don't want to say anything crazy about the receivers. I just haven't looked enough on them.
Is it crazy to think that we should take Sadiq there after a year after taking Mason Taylor?
If you think he's that good, no, it's not crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think position, this type of drafts where they are in the program, position means very little, honestly.
These are good players. So, but like if you're taking Kenyon Sadiq, like
he's a weapon.
Exactly. Like you're lining him up as basically a bigger wide receiver. You're not.
Yeah, and that is, you got to wonder if that fits Glennon right.
Well, I kind of think he can do both, right? Like he can do 12, and I think he can do big slot stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely do big slot stuff, but it's how great is his inline blocking? I don't know. Again, I'd never speak on something I haven't really looked enough into. I've seen some of his tape, but blood blocking, I just don't know. I gotta be honest.
All I know is 4.39 doesn't grow on trees. I appreciate your time, guys. I have to go do my civic duty and vote, and I will talk to you in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, the #1 overall seed, Kyle Clifton. Here's your update on polling. It's 51-49. I cannot believe how close this is. Cash Money Mike leading Carlos the Barber by just 2 percentage points. We'll do a couple more calls, then we'll say goodbye to Robbie. Our next back-to-back is Tristan and then Black Gypsy, so you won't want to miss that. Tristan, let it rip.
All right, let me turn down this speed real quick. Robbie, you are my new favorite analyst.
Oh, baby.
The fact that you could turn on the film and see the laziness of Bailey is, nobody else sees it. It was really frustrating. So my question to you is, why would you go Reese or Bailey when you have an A- rusher and an A- passer in Ruben Bain? I'm gonna mute myself.
Bain, the trouble I have with Bain is this. In space, on the edge. He's not the quickest guy. He reminds me of a Sean Ellis without the weight. And you'd like to play him, say the Jets play a lot of 3-4. You'd like to play him at that Mike DeVito type role within the 3-4, or Sean Ellis. He went back and forth between 4-3 D end and putting on weight inside 3-4 D end. Because you don't want him in space. Offensive play calls will try to get him out on the edge, making tackles, zone read, receiver screens. Reese could do it. Bailey's got the speed to do it. Straight line speed.
I challenge you to turn on the Notre Dame game where he got out there on the wide receiver screen and got an interception. I challenge you to turn on the Ohio State game where they tried to cross his face with 2 players and blew up a play in the black field with the run in space by himself, double team. And I feel like when you're in a 3-4, you need somebody that can handle a double team from a guard and a tackle, or a tight end and a tackle. And he shows that on film over and over and over again.
I like
blowing up double teams, slapping people past him, and then chasing down the play from behind.
He's physical. He's willing to do the dirty work. I like Bain more than Bailey. It's just, by the way, when I'm nitpicking and saying this stuff, it's compared to Reese. That's all it is. Like I would draft Bain, no question.
I just feel like Bailey shouldn't even be in a top 20 conversation.
Right, by the way,
if he's not getting the play that he wants, which is a pass rush play,
it's very
he takes the play off.
It's very narrow-minded. Before I go, I got one more play I'll show everyone where he wins. He wins the pass rush, but I want to ask everyone what they think. It's very narrow-minded. It's all about the pass rush. It's all about that get off, setting things up. Lazy, would I call it lazy? I don't know. Maybe some of it is mixed in there. He just doesn't.
No, it's laziness when you don't get the play that you want. If you don't get the play that you want and then you take the play off and you expect the people behind you to back you up,
he doesn't
that's
hunker
laziness.
Down. He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't hunker down. And then the Big 12 stuff too. He doesn't hunker down. I get it. And listen, I like Bain. I just worry in terms of him versus Reese in space and the versatility. If Bane were 280, I'd feel a lot better.
So, in fairness, who did Texas Tech lose to in the playoffs? Was it Indiana?
Oregon. Yeah, Oregon.
Okay, so you don't have a like for like with Texas Tech, but you do have a like for like with Bane versus Indiana and Reese versus Indiana. My challenge to you, Robbie, I'll come on your next show. If you could watch how they interacted with those tackles, I would love to see your breakdown.
I'll check it out. Indiana, I'll check it out for sure.
Tristan, good call, man. Enjoy the workout. All right, looks like you're getting a good sweat in there.
Yeah, Bane. It's a good call out by him. Like Bane shouldn't.
What does everybody?
Yeah, Bane shouldn't be disrespected. Good call out.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a man who is a 2 seed in his respective region. The 2 seed from the region known as the Extraordinary Region is on the line. It's Black Gypsy time, folks.
I'm Black Gypsy. You're the set all you delusional Jets fans straight. Your takes make me wanna punch you in the face. Or kick you in the crotch when this team sucks. They suck. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy. I'm Black Gypsy.
What up, Asmaniac, Sabo, Jake, extraordinary. So I have a couple things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tua is gonna die. What was that guy in our video, Jake? He's gonna die.
That'd be Dre.
Tua is gonna die on our field. I don't want Tua on our team. Like, he is one play from being a paraplegic. I don't want to see it on a Jets field. Like, no, thank you. Like, no Tua.
That's a touchy. There's history there too with what you're saying. Everyone remembers.
He's literally one play from being a paraplegic. Last year, I live in Miami. Last year, they were talking about it. So like we had planes saying get rid of Tua with like little flags behind it. Like, so. No Colin Murray. Also, Colin Murray is in one bad organization. To come to the Jets organization is just stupid. When you have Minnesota and Atlanta out there, he fits better with those 2 teams. Like that's where I would go. I would try to go if I was him. If I had no option, then maybe I take the Jets. But like I'm going to pass on Colin Murray. I'd rather take.
Who's your quarterback?
I'll take Brissett. I'll take Carr. I'll take Trubisky. Like guys that will work with Frank. Like you know what kind of offense he wants to run. He needs a big guy that can see above and see far. Like so. That's what I see. Like of our choices out there, I really don't want Carr. I think Carr is like. Unless he's gonna come back and do some Jets magic like back in the day or something, but I don't see him.
We're in the beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
Cousins
I hate because.
By the way, what was that guy saying? Explain Reese not having a forced fumble in the last 6 games. What was it exactly?
Not forcing a turnover or something like that.
In what, the last 6 games?
Yeah, he had turnovers, so I don't know what the comment was. I don't get it.
I see Bailey had 1 turnover forced in the last 8 games. What are we talking about?
If we're going analysis-wise, Reese has the possibility of a full toolbox, which is just when you see that, you're like, wow. Like Bailey is good for a solid defense. Like Salah would pick Bailey. Like that would work for him. The person that just intrigues me at that position is Bane, because he's just a monster, bro. When you come across monsters, he's a monster. Like he has that tank that just keeps on going. He wants to get to the quarterback. He wants to shed the tackle. Technique wise and stuff, he's not great, but he's powerful. He gets through. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's the main thing is how are they being used within their college defense? It all starts there. Like that's what you really have to look at. And people want to say, oh, don't get caught up in the combine. And I agree, the combine's silly. You can't go. Don't go based on projection. It's all about what they did on the field in college.
You know who also agrees the combine is silly?
Who?
So Daniel Jeremiah's top 50 prospects as Aaron Glenn looks on for the Jets.
Christ, superpowers sleeping. Aaron, wake up!
Fernando Mendoza 1. Jeremiah Love, who we'll also see on Saturday here on NFL Network.
Dude, he was asleep. His eyes opened up in his glasses. You could see his eye actually open. I don't know what the...
I saw the social media post, Jake, you put up where they didn't exactly acknowledge it. And I think who had the report that they deny him falling asleep? That's the wrong move, man. Own it. Everyone's a human. Everyone's a human. Like, everyone understands. No one cares about that stuff. It only becomes a topic because of how bad you performed. So just own it and perform better. That's what I would say, honestly.
I think the Jets should have tweeted a photo of Glenn at the comment being like locked in. I think that would have been so funny.
Yeah, something like that.
Sleeping on me.
Yes.
Like, sleeping on me is perfect for why he's sleeping. Like, after making a superpower comment.
They're going to get lashback no matter what. Like, if they owned it and joked, the lashback would still be crazy. Oh, you guys aren't serious. But it's the better of both routes.
I just love how the Jets leaked it to their reporters. Oh, he was looking down at his tablet. It's like, okay, I'll play along.
So here's my thing, right? Because my take for the draft is best player available. Best player available is Downs. In those clips that you show of Arvell Reese, watch what Downs does in the backfield. Like, watch the ball hawk. We haven't seen a ball hawk in so long that he makes me feel like the safety from Seattle. It makes me feel like Palomalu. It makes me feel like Ed Reed is on the field when he's playing. Like, just one of those guys that are naturally drawn to the ball, that tackle well.
He has instincts. It's
like, so here's my question.
Yeah.
So you're a defensive guy, Sabo. What are the deficiencies of a 3-4 when Sherwood is your outside linebacker? Who would you pick then? If you're keeping Sherwood at outside linebacker, who do you take as your number 2? Playing a 3-4 that blitzes and presses.
I need someone heavy. I need a heavy hand there, no matter where I get it from. But, Anzalone, is he exactly heavy? Not really, but I would take him in a heartbeat because he knows Glenn, and he could be the Mike and sub package and be the leader pretty much up and down the board. Look, we're talking about this 3-4. They absolutely, with the Sweat acquisition, they're going to play 3-4 principles. They're going to have 3-3-5 in nickel. How much do they go 3-4 in base? We'll see. But still, there's going to be a ton of 4-3. It's going to be hybrid on both ways, in both directions. Which
is my main thing from last year. Our safeties got demolished last year. People don't really talk about it, but our safety play was really bad last year. Really bad.
It wasn't
play
good.
Action specifically bad.
But our
Downs.
edge, I would say our edge play was way worse, especially in space.
It was.
Clemens can't get out to the edge, can't do anything. You're just hampered. How many times did they attack a specific edge to open the game? And
to the right.
Space. Yeah.
They rolled to the right almost every time. Dallas shows you the blueprint. So I would love to have Reese and Downs. That's my.
Isn't there rumors that he's got a degenerative ACL or something?
Say whatever you got to say to get him lower.
Not true. I listened to Albert Breer say on Rich Eisen's show yesterday. He checked in with 5 teams. None of them said that was true.
Damn.
How many teams do you think has Downs as your number 1 on the draft board?
Probably not many. I gotta be honest.
Which to me is crazy.
That's not to say they don't think he's a special player.
Last question. Who's better to you, Hamilton or Downs, from what you've seen?
That's tough. It's close. It's a toss-up, honestly.
Yeah.
It's really difficult, too, because Hamilton, they're different players. Hamilton's more plotting and more... Downs is smart, don't get me wrong, but Hamilton's more physical, hands-on, and crafty, and makes up for certain change of pace in short areas with that craftiness. Downs, he could move. He's smooth, and he's got that mindset as well. Now, Hamilton's bigger. He could smash guys a little easier in the box when he's driving down. It's close. It's a good question for sure.
That is all I have, Sabo. Oh, so I was making jokes when the barber was on. Like, we should give Sabo a Fresh Prince cut, like a box cut from back in the day, like a high fade.
Yeah, what's the white boy? What's the white boy way for the back? Is it flat? Is it taper? What should
it's tapered? It's tapered.
That's the
It's
white
tapered from the sides down and the back.
Taper's the white boy one. What do I have right now? Hold on.
You just have a regular shape up. It's not faded at all. It's just a regular shape up. Well, it's faded towards the top, so probably like a number 2 or number 3 fade towards the top.
No, but like the line. How did you describe it?
A square.
Square or tape? It's square, right? Mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
No.
the white boy.
If we're gonna give you the cut, we'd round off the back, like round off the front, and give you the box, the heavy box on the top.
That's the fresh cut right there.
Yeah, the fresh Prince cut.
Yeah, baby. Yep. Nice.
That's all I got. I think Jake is frozen for some reason.
Is he really, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I see. He's like this.
Yeah, let's bring up a play. Hold on. Let's make.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
Show something with downs.
That could be a bunch of different things. Shane Gillis over there. Let's see. All right, this one is now. Look, this is another positive Bailey win. But here's the thing. I want to ask everyone. I'll ask you, Black Gypsy, too. So don't give it away to all the comments. 6-0 game. End of the first half. 29 seconds left. 1st and 10. You're down 6. The clock's not running, right? What's your goal as a defense? Don't let him into field goal range.
Of course.
Huge. That is your number one goal. Here's Bailey off the edge. This is 4 front edge where you're going to see him a lot in the NFL. Stand up, obviously. Get off is great. He wins this pass rush. Pass rush win rate, he gets a plus. Now watch. Excellent job pass rushing. But what is the critique on this play?
I can't see the play.
Robbie. Hold on.
Can't see it?
No.
I lost connection. My internet crapped out, so I'm on my phone, so I can't see any players showing.
I was talking for 2 minutes, and you can't see a damn...
I can't see the play.
I texted you. My internet crapped out, and I'm trying to get everything fixed. But right now I'm on my phone, so continue talking here while my computer restarts.
All right. Black Gypsy, what do you want to talk about?
Beast was definitely peeing out the window.
Come on.
Yeah, the man urinated.
1,000% peeing out the window.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ Moore got traded, by the way. DJ Moore to the Bills.
Wow.
Just now.
Man, the Bills love to snag those older NFC North receivers, don't they?
I mean, he's a good receiver.
He is. And the Bears are making room. Burden did enough. They got Burden, Adunze, and the tight end is tremendous.
If of all the free agents out there, who would you pick up to support Gary? Because I like Mechie and AD Mitchell, but I don't think they're 1 or 2. I really don't think they're 1 or 2.
Who do you like right now? Who do you got?
Ooh, Philadelphia, AJ Brown, but we have no chance of getting AJ Brown.
No, yeah, I was just thinking free agents.
Yeah.
There aren't, I guess.
Dobbs, but Dobbs is like a 2 or 3. So, like, Garrett to me has never been a number 1. Garrett's always been a solid number 2 to me, like the best number 2 in the league. If you're going to ask me, we need a number 1.
That's perfect line of thinking. I understand what you're saying. You could get by with him being the 1 for sure, but I get what you're saying. Perfect scenario, have him as the 1B or 1A with another guy alongside him. Pierce. How much is Pierce going to cost?
Yeah, Pierce is going to cost everything, dude, but he's worth it.
See,
they have a lot of picks.
I haven't thought about receiver and free agency because they have a lot of picks and receivers so deep. You can get one in pretty much every draft.
So
that'll be interesting.
You haven't seen tape. They're trying to sell us Denzel Boston, I think his name is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he could be good, but we need if we can get like a Metcalf or an AJ, somebody that's just, you can throw the ball and they'll go get it, and then have Garrett on the other side. Like an offense like that for Reich would be amazing because that's how he likes to play, big guy, small guy.
Get Calvin Johnson out of retirement, Megatron.
Oh God, bro, just a big dude. Like I always have the sentiment of when I'm building teams and looking in the trade, I'm looking at the tallest guys that are the best players on my offense.
It's interesting. So I assume you're a Tate over Lemon guy.
I am. Lemon is good, but Tate is excellent. Tate is like Marvin Harrison Jr. Like he gets to the ball. Like where the ball is, he's going to be. Lemon is just as good. But if I had to pick between both of them, I'm taking Tate. Like, I'm taking the guy that I just know can get the ball.
I agree on that right now, but it's not a strong opinion. I got to watch more of the receivers. Lemon is one of those guys where I feel like you really have to dig into the tape to see what he's all about, because what's his explosiveness? Like, I really wanted to see him at the combine. He didn't do anything, I don't think, unless I missed something. He's crafty. How does he, people say St. Brown for him, maybe even JSN a little bit, even though I think JSN's on
a whole different level.
100%. Just the body type, prototype. What I think with Lemon is, all right, is he getting extra love because of how well guys, smaller, crafty guys like Brown and, again, JSN, but how well they've done recently, or is it legit? And I think you really got to dig deep into Lemon's tape to find out.
I think it's legit. I just, we don't really need him. He's good, but what Wright needs is a big receiver next to a small, fast receiver. He likes to throw those outs. He likes receivers that can go up and get the ball. Like a Drake London on our team. God, that'd be amazing.
Am I back? Test,
Yeah,
1,
back.
2. All right,
back,
thank
you're
God.
back.
Whole internet is crapped out. Black Gypsy, job well done. Thanks for holding it down with Sabo.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Deuces.
I think Tate would be the best compliment to Garrett. Garrett's possession, route runner, Tate's explosive high point. Yeah.
Let me just make sure I load everything up here. Quick polling update. Robbie, you got time for one more call, and then I'll get to the rest before we close voting?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm currently loading the poll. When I lost connection, it was 51-49, Cash Money Mike in front of Carlos the Barber. So I will get the latest up-to-date poll shortly. Give me a moment here. I'm rebooting everything on my end. I cannot stand when this happens, which happens a couple times a year. So I'll get that to you shortly. But in the meantime, a couple super chats that came in. This one from Kyle Clifton. He's in our raffle for 2. By the way, people, we are going to do a jersey giveaway at the end here. So another reminder. He says, this is why B should just own urinating out of the window. Lean into it. You got caught. This in reference to the Aaron Glenn sleep situation at the combine. Now, I know Beast denies peeing out the window, though. Glenn has not publicly said anything. The Jets sources have said the Jets are denying it. We have not heard from Glenn directly.
What does everybody?
So, Beast, to be clear, you were not peeing out the window.
You know what, Kyle? You're an asshole with another one.
Whoa!
You got no respect for me. You think you right now? I got enough freaking problems trying to call the damn vet because I'm trying to take care of somebody right now, and you want to add this bullshit? You know what? Screw you. You can't handle the truth. You're all just a bunch of retarded pieces of trash.
Whoa!
I'm gonna wait. God,
calm down. Calm down. Calm down, Beast.
I got a little boy over here right now trying to get better, and you make it worse by adding all this.
Let's quickly pause to hear from one of our sponsors.
Are you tired of grilling outdoors? Are you tired of having to go to the kitchen to cook? Thanks to Beast's Ultimate Taste Tool, my troubles are over. Sure, it's a little smoky, but who cares? Look, I even got a bucket to shit in so I never have to leave my room. Now you're cooking with butt.
Thank you to today's sponsor.
Duke UNC heated. Are they on the same side, or can they meet in the finals?
Beast and Kyle, they are. Let's see.
I think they were the first 2 brackets, so probably the final 4.
They could be in the final 4, not in the national championship game.
That's still prime time, baby. You could see that. Yeah.
Yep. Dangerous Alliance and Inside Outside could meet in the final 4. All right. I promised a polling update. Right now, it is Cash Money Mike up 52-48 in our play-in tournament first battle. So this is truly going to come down to a couple of votes here. So if you haven't voted, vote.
ASMANIAC Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Vote, vote, vote before we end polling. Super chat from Trice, then we'll get to Cannonball Eric. We got the raffle coming up as well. Trice writes in, why no Mac Jones? First round pedigree, shown success, potentially ascending. Rather spend the 2 on him than Simpson, who's a lesser known commodity, and he's young enough to be our guy moving forward if it works. Your thoughts on Mac Jones?
I'm not out on him completely. I'm out on him with a 2. That's not going to happen. Not a 2. But the overall point about Mac, I would take a chance on him. It just has to be I'd wait it out. It'd be one of those things. If they're asking for a 2, forget about it.
That's my big thing. It feels like the cost of Mac Jones is not worth trading a second round pick for him. Again, the Jets have so many other needs, and realistically, what percentage would you put on the Jets quarterback week 1 of 2027 being in college right now?
2027?
Yeah.
It's high. It's pretty
80%?
Yeah, I'd say so. 85.
Yeah. Like it's really high.
By the way, give me Kyle Shanahan with Mac Jones. You could have my entire draft. How about that?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like shoot.
I'm with you. All right. Appreciate the super chat though, Trice. Mike Perez in the raffle for another 2 here. He writes in, Beast always has a family emergency when he gets clowned on. Well, is today's emergency a true family emergency? We never got a little Joey update from Mr. Cha-cha-cha.
Fucking diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Beast, is there a little Joey update?
He ate a little bit, but right now I don't need this shit. You know what? I'm thinking about forfeiting out of the tournament because if my little boy has to go to the hospital and be taken care of, I have to do what's right.
Beast, talk to me, man. Talk to me.
I've had just about enough.
It can't just be Clifton. Who else is
15 months? What have I have been getting shit on since I've been on this show by a bunch of jackasses. And you know what? I don't give a damn anymore because now playtime is over. My guinea pig is more important than bullshit because it's to the point where I've had just enough. You know why? Let's see. Nobody gives me shit. So you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it.
This is genuine, right? You're not cutting a promo. This is genuine.
No, this is proof 100%. Hey, you know what? No, you know why nobody puts me in raffles because nobody gives a flying crap. So
Beast, you have to pay money to. Wait a second. Beast, you have to pay to enter the raffle. No one just puts you in the raffle. I don't think you understand how the raffle concept works. You have to buy a super chat or gift the community a membership.
Did he put "I'm pissed off" in his subtitle?
He did. I'm not quite sure why he's quitting the tournament. His matchup would be till sometime, the week of like the 15th.
For a man trying to dodge the allegations out the window, that's a hell of a subtitle.
I'm just confused why is he quitting the tournament because of little Joey? Is he quitting the tournament because he doesn't have a raffle ticket? Beast, I'm going to put you in the raffle, all right? I'm going to gift a membership to this great community, and I'm going to make the rule that it's just going to go to you because I'm paying for it. All right? So, Beast, I just bought you a raffle ticket. Say thank you.
Thumbs up.
Beast, you want a wink or bet signed photograph? Jacob, hook me up with your address.
I'm trying to get my guinea pig to eat. I'm trying to get my guinea pig to get back on his feet. And I already read the rules on Google that to reduce the stress and to get everything under control. And then when I get on here, the stress level gets like 2-3 times extra because let's see, the stupidity levels go way. Woo.
Beast in the raffle for 1. How about Beast 2 more entries here? Peg and Artie just bought you 2 raffle entries. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. I'm worried right now because
How about you say thank you?
I'm worried right now for my little boy because right now it ain't easy.
He's good.
I'm trying to get him to eat a little more because
Gator just bought you 2 more. Say thank you, Gator.
Right now do you know how hard it is? He's almost 2. He's almost 2.
I don't have a pet guinea pig. Can you put your camera back on though? This is a visual medium.
What could we do for you, Beast? Like genuinely, I want to help out. What could I do?
I'm trying to call vets up, and I'm trying to get through, but the way the vets are being ran. It's a circus.
Yeah.
Black Gypsy writes in. Put Beast in again, Jake. Give his crazy ass my 2 entries.
I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see it anymore. You
want to see what?
No more of that stupid peanut the window nonsense. And no more of that other stupid nonsense. Because I don't watch Law and Order. I'm old school.
The big fella writes in, screw it. Put Beast in the raffle. Stop complaining, damn it. If you want to lead the dangerous alliance, you need to act like a leader. This ain't it. Yeah, Beast, your fans are turning on you. What type of leadership is this?
Beast, what era of WWF or what pay-per-view do you put on just to feel better? Chill. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone. All right. Well, quick break, and we'll be back with Cannonball Eric for Robbie's final call on the show.
Beast Mac.
Look at my TV.
Beast Mac.
That wasn't me peeing. I was just stringing the cheese. Calm your freaky down. I cook burgers in my attic and burn it down.
All right. How about Uno Jets? Another super chat here. Jake, give it to Beast. Beast, all of a sudden you have 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10 raffle tickets in the raffle.
Good job.
92 Royal Rumble. Not bad. Good one. Oh, Dominic. It's our boy Dominic.
Jay Perez says, tell Beast to shut up. Thank you, Jay. Big Country says, Beast, worst comes to worst. If something happens to little Joey, you can cook him on your new cooking show.
Oh, no.
Good job.
I don't know about that one, Big Country. All right, more of your calls before we wrap. Cannonball Eric is next. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Jake. I originally wanted to talk about quarterback, but while you got Sabo on, I wanted to ask, how would you feel about taking reset 2 and then trading up with like maybe Washington with one of the second picks to get, either Downs or Styles if he's still there?
Yeah, I'm not against it. I really do like Styles and Downs a lot. And I think actually in number 2, the only other consideration I would have, other than trade down, I'd always be willing to trade down, is Styles and Downs. I wouldn't take them. I would take Reese, but it depends on how much you have to give up. I definitely wouldn't rule it out though, but I think my default is reset 2 and then keep the picks. And if anything else, add more picks.
I think that Downs is probably the best player in the draft. So if you could get him and Reese, you could really have a chance to transform your defense and push it in the right direction.
It intrigues me for sure. I love safety. Love safety. Love watching safety as much as any. I haven't gone crazy hard on Downs, but I've seen definitely enough where he's a special guy. He really is.
Great leader too. Like literally studies as well as all you need to know about Caleb Downs. He started as a true freshman for Nick Saban before he transferred when Saban retired to Ohio State.
And safety, it's tough to evaluate sometimes, knowing, hey, does he have everyone at that level has a knack for the ball and has at least some instincts for the most part, but that guy is on a whole nother level. It's that those intangibles are ridiculous.
He's the only guy I watched film on that I came out thinking, I was more impressed after what I saw than before. So, because all these guys were having high expectations. It's not a great draft or whatever, but when I saw the instincts that guy has, I'm like, I want that on our team because that's what we don't have. We don't have like the instincts, the know-how to get after the ball. 0 interception says it all. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. If it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to trade up to grab them, to be sure. Yeah. I'm not ruling it out. I love that. Kidding.
I would definitely do 44. Yeah. I would even consider 33 really, as long as one of those two are on the board at that time.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I promise everyone, Bane, I got to do Bane, that one dude, and that called in. And I got to do Styles and Downs more too.
Yeah. And then as far as quarterback goes, I'm actually Team Gary with this one. I think we either need Kyler or, I'm not crazy about trading for Rattler, but I would do that over most of these guys. I think, what's any of these guys ceiling is like 7 wins. We're not going to make the playoffs. I think the worst thing that could happen for the Jets is we win 7 wins with some old quarterback who's not going to be on the next team. We don't get to draft a quarterback. The coaching staff might be there. I'd rather take a boomer bust guy, You get the 10% they're going to be good, and hey, it works out great. 90% they're going to be bad, then we're drafting high. With Kyler, if he's great and we make the playoffs, we get to watch Bonesy eat shit. So that's an added bonus.
I love it. Cannonball Eric, excellent call out of you. Who'd you vote for in our battle going on right now that's very close?
I voted for Carlos the Barber. I was leaning towards Cash Money Mike after his call, but then he said he was a Yankees fan, so, I had to go with Carlos the Barber.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cannonball Eric.
ASMANIAC Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
It's close right now. 52-48, 343 votes have been cast. There's 330 people watching right now. Click the like button. Make sure you guys or subscribe to the channel. Couple theories on what's going on with little Joey, Beast Pet Guinea Pig. Common Country says Beast killing Joey slowly with the burger smoke. Is it possible the cooking in the attic has affected little Joey's lungs? Gator wrote in, oh my God, good point, Common Country. Little Joey could be sick from the meat smoke. Damn.
I'm feeling for him. I gotta be honest. Like, you know, I'm gonna carry around a heavy heart for the next 11 minutes or so.
Chef Kevin says, Beast, you have balls. You actually pulled off a successful cookout from your attic / Global Studios. Great show. Raffle ticket for Beast. Man, I wish OG made that shot. I thought either Brunson or OG, one of them was hitting it last night. We were going to get overtime. That was a great game to be at, though. I'm not even that mad the Knicks lost.
No. See, Knicks fans lose their minds if the Knicks get criticized for losing games this season. But most of them, not most of them, a lot of them were deserved. The criticism was deserved. Last night, can't get on them one bit.
Nope.
Excellent game. Defense, the intensity was there. They did the right thing. They played the right way for who they are. Can't get on them. They just lost. Came up short.
All right, I said Eric was going to be the last call with you, but this man literally called my show from a bomb shelter yesterday, so I'm making an exception for him. Jason in Jerusalem is next. Hello, Jason.
Hey, Jake. Hey, Robbie. On the inside. Sorry, I'm on the outside of the shelter, so no shelter now. 4 in the morning, 10:30 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and a fake alarm at like 4. So
those alarms, man, the sound is eerie. I'll just say that.
Yeah, as Joe B would say, you don't know the brutal. You think the Jets are brutal. This is waking up 4 in the morning and getting out with your kids. What are your thoughts on getting Mac Jones with like trading 33, but then getting back a late third, something like that, where you don't lose a pick, but you just move down?
Yeah, we could talk.
I'm more open to that.
Yeah,
I think the Niners want a true second-round pick, though, because again, think about it from their perspective. Brock Purdy's been injured a lot. And the reason why the Niners were able to stay afloat, make the playoffs, and win a playoff game this year is because of Mac Jones being able to stabilize things when they lost Purdy for a lot of games.
Yeah, and it's tricky with the Niners,
but
too.
On the other hand, they had Sam Darnold the other year. And if you believe in Kyle Shanahan being able to rehabilitate these guys and then getting something for them, as opposed to Darnold, who you lost for nothing, then why not sign these guys to a 2-year contract, rehabilitate them after 1 year, and then ship them out and get in the next project?
I like the idea. I can't lie. I like the idea. I like the thought mainly because of Shanahan. Mac Jones, I was never crazy high on him, even coming into the draft. But if they want a true second, I mean, I think the best you could possibly do is maybe get a 5th in return. And the Niners are late in these rounds too, whereas the Jets are early. So, you know, getting a third back for your early second, 33, that's like 2 rounds almost.
I wanted to ask, now that the Jets, I mean, Robbie, you seem to know this type of question. Now that the Jets are switching to a true 3-4 defense, which linebackers or front guys are not in the picture for the Jets because they don't really be scheme fits?
Well,
like,
if you look at it right now,
I don't know what that means for.
They're heavy. They're heavy right now. Sweat 360, Harrison over 300, Briggs, what is he, 312, 315? They need to get a lighter guy. They need a 3-tech. They need some maneuverability. Like, you can't putting those 3 guys out there in a 3-4 is too heavy, too slow. They're set at the 1-tech, 2-eye, 2-gap type. They just need to get like the Quinnen Williams type replacement because you still need those guys even if you use 3-4 principles.
So which linebackers would fit, which ones wouldn't in terms of the draft prospects? I mean, Styles could fit anywhere.
Yeah. It's different. Like I saw comments in Jake's chat. Oh, Robbie said the 3-4 is dead. That 3-4 is not dead. It's dead in terms of overhauling it completely from 4-3 to 3-4. If you move to 3-4, it's more hybrid now. So because 11 personnel, you're a 3 receiver, you're a nickel a lot. So if you're a nickel and you're running a 4-man front, that's basically 4-3. Sherwood could play that all the time. It's the same thing. It's the same thing basically. In a true 3-4, like back in the day when you need physical, heavy hands to fill and spill, yeah, you don't like Sherwood there. But I think he's okay. And Styles, I think, would be fine too.
All right. And I mean, what's the guy's name? I forget. they said Styles and somebody else was one of the biggest combine guys in terms of the backers. Was it like Fernandez?
The linebackers?
Yeah.
Arvell Reese, you're not thinking of Reese, are you?
Latino name. No, it's a Latino name. Somebody who moved up the boards a lot. They said it could be early sixth round.
Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech.
Yeah, Rodriguez. Yeah.
I like him. I actually met his agent at the combine. Good dude. I like him a lot. I think I saw him at the Senior Bowl too.
And he'd fit as well in this 3-4?
Yeah.
Or you saying it's not really a 3-4, it's just
think of it this way. It's more important for them is the matchup, who could play alongside Sherwood, unless Sherwood's going to be a backup, which I don't anticipate.
Or they flip Sherwood to Robert Saleh or Will Levis.
Which could happen. But if Sherwood's here, you just need a heavier guy. You need a heavier handed guy. Mowaga could potentially be that dude, but it's tough. I don't know. It's a mess right now. With linebackers, I wouldn't worry too much about 3-4-4-3 because of how hybrid and how different it is and how much three receivers are always on the field. I'll put it that way.
Jason, stay safe.
And why do you? Thanks, buddy. And man, that Isle Sling was brutal. That one was brutal last night.
Yeah, they've been playing great though. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you can't. It's tough to get on them.
But when you go to the shelter at 4 a.m. and you see that in half an hour the Isles have puck drop, you're hoping for a good game.
Yeah, that's. I'm glad to see you're in good spirits despite the circumstances.
And so, by the way, when's my matchup? Do you have a date for my matchup? I'm in the Gorman division.
You got some time because Gorman's the last division. So basically, we're doing a division a week. Times out. You're probably like mid-March.
Okay, so you're talking about like the 20th, something like that.
We'll keep you posted. Once we have the full schedule, I'm going to go through it each week on the show, the projected matchups.
All right, guys, be well.
Jason, appreciate you. Stay safe, my friend. Let's see. By the way, Kyle Clifton in the private chat, I see he wrote, "Give my memberships to Beast." How about that? What great generosity. It's a little truce offering. Anthony Logerado, Jake, give all my raffle entries to Beast. What a community, man. Beast, all of a sudden you have like 15 raffle entries, it looks like. Johnny Boy messaged, "Can I ask a quick question to Robbie?" So, Robbie, quick question, then we'll let you run, and I'll get to the last calls. I see Zach and the big fella are on the line. We'll get to them, and we got of course, crown a winner. Cash Money Mike starting to pull away, 53-47, the latest update in polling. All right, here we go. Let's make these quick because we're already at the 2-hour mark. What's up, Johnny?
Hey, what's going on, Robbie? Good morning, Jake. How are you guys holding? Jake, Robbie, big fan of yours. Love when you have Wayne on, and his breakdowns of everything going on is awesome. Real quick question. Free agency is literally right around the corner. At what position, right, of need are you wanting the New York Jets to go? And are you wanting to go heavier on offense or heavier on defense? Appreciate you, Robbie. I'll hear you and listen to it. Jake, always a pleasure, brother, man. And go Jets.
Johnny, thank you.
I think by default, it's going to be heavier on defense, to be honest, basically just on their situation. It's more so, it's not about talent per se. It's about what makes sense. And Anzalone makes sense. Interior lineman makes sense. At least one. Tough to get done. Tackles way tougher. But Anzalone, I think, would be the guy right now. I don't think they're going to go crazy, but, I've been wrong before. So what do you think, Jake? Do you think they're going to go hog wild and surprise us like the McCagnon aggressive rebuild of 2015?
Yeah, I think they're going to I don't think they're going to be able to get like the top of the market guys. I think they'll spread the money out over some 2-3 year deals to some guys. Yeah. They need their big move should be, if it's not going to be Linderbaum or Pierce, which I'd be a little surprised, the big investment should be in safety because there's a bunch of good safeties in free agency. Fix that position before the draft and truly put yourself in position to go BPA. Plus, figure out guard. Don't go into the draft without an obvious guard situation figured out. That'd be dumb as well.
Yeah, the way, like, if I were a GM, I would approach free agency without thinking about the draft. Don't factor the draft into it much, if at all. And that's not to say you want to go crazy, but you just have to get to a base level at each position and view free agency more positionally than the draft, 100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is Robbie Sabo. Robbie, job well done.
Yes, sir. Hey, it was fun. As Maniacs, enjoy the March Madness, and
Who do you think is going to win? Looks like Cash Money Mike has the lead here.
Yeah, it's when is it close?
When I end the show, right before the raffle.
Gotta go with Cash Money Mike, unless the barber has got some devious plans up his sleeve. We'll see here.
We will see.
Beast too. Give me a call anytime, man. Deep breath. It'll be okay. Your dude will hang in there.
We believe in little Joey. Robbie, thank you.
All right, bye.
And here we go. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Joey with a good point here. Jacob, we'd be okay taking Ty at 33. Why not just trade 33 for Mac Jones? Because Mac Jones only has 1 year left on his deal, and I'm not sold on him. Whereas Ty Simpson, if you hit with him, you got 4 years of control, making nothing. I like Ty's upside better than what Mac Jones now is. That's my thought process. But again, I understand why people would want Mac Jones. I don't want the Jets to make a significant investment in a quarterback that I don't believe will be our starter a year from now. I don't believe in Mac Jones. I never have. I understand he's been with Shanahan this past year, but I don't buy it. Ladies and gentlemen, on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline right now is a man that we call the Big Fella.
He's home, his bell is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, his bell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. He calls the show, his bell is on the bed. He's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the Jets, super chats. Well, the big fella sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. Well, that's a big fella.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello, big fella.
How's it going?
I'm living the dream. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm living the dream too, man. I was a little concerned about little Joey and Beast, to be honest. Guinea pigs are extremely sensitive to smells and smoke, and him grilling in the attic was not a good idea. So,
what about him peeing?
I don't think he was peeing. And the person who made the video, is Beast on or no?
Is he on? Oh, yeah. You bet your sweet ass he is.
It's Beast Breaker.
This is all goddamn muscle right here.
It's Beast Breaker.
Stringing the cheese. Woo!
It's Beast Breaker.
You clown sucking douchebag.
Let's hear it for Beast Breaker.
I got gas right now.
Hey, man. Hey, stop. What the fuck is wrong?
Yeah, a little congested a little bit.
Listen, you can't cook in the attic. You can't cook in the attic, all right? That's not a good thing for guinea pigs. I had a guinea pig too, and they're very sensitive to smells and smoke. Okay? He's going to be fine, but just don't do it anymore, all right? I'm giving you advice on this. Okay? And number two,
I'm taking him into the vet on Tuesday.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I finally got through after 6 tries.
Listen, number 2, okay? We know you weren't peeing, okay? Someone made a video and said you were peeing, whatever. It's fine. At least it wasn't a video of you shitting out the window. Okay?
Why would I in diarrhea? Cha. Most foolish I've ever seen in my life, and I found that rather revolting. What does everybody? That's enough. That's enough.
It's a joke, okay? Listen, everybody is supporting you through this through the raffle, so you can hopefully win something. Okay, say thank you to everybody because no, not thumbs up. Say the words thank you. There you go.
Muchos gracias.
That's a start. Now, look, this is all jokes and stuff like that. We're all pulling for little Joey. We're all pulling for you. You do not back out of this tournament. You know what I mean? You've been messaging me saying you're going to win this shit. Well, you're going to have to go through me, hopefully. And if you do, go to the Final Four and win the whole thing, everybody be proud of you. Okay? But enough of this stuff. Okay? We need a leader of the Dark Alliance. You got to be it, or else I'm going to be it. And I really don't want to be it, but if I have to, I will. So,
good job.
Listen, just man up. Take little Joey to the vet on Tuesday and calm your ass down. You hear?
Woo 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 woo.
That's why he's the big fella, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. I'm not a big Tua guy, so I really
are there big Tua people?
Yeah, Hawk Tua. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, he blows. So but yeah. So anyway, no, that's pretty much what I got. I'm stuck on Sonny Styles and 16. I think we should draft an edge if we get Sonny Styles at 2 and then get a receiver at 33. So that's where I'm at, bro.
I like it. Big fella, great call.
Thank you, brother.
All right, here we go. Home stretch. I'm counting raffle names. Get your final votes in. It's tight right now. 52-48. Cash Money Mike is leading Carlos the Barber in our first matchup. Brian Edwards became a channel member. Let's go.
Good job.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, last chance to enter the jersey raffle. Zach is next. Hey, Zach.
What's going on, Jake? How are you?
What's up, man?
It's been so long since I called. I don't know if you remember me.
You and JJ went to the game together. Of course I remember you.
Yes. So I'm honestly just calling in. Just sometimes I feel like it's so hard to be hopeful. I feel like regardless of whatever happens this season, I think Aaron Glenn's going to get fired anyway. We have to do better. If we don't do better, he's going to get fired. And regardless, if we do better, we're not going to be able to take the quarterback for 27. How are we going to take the quarterback? Are we going to trade all 3 first-rounders to take a quarterback? Or
well, it depends how many quarterbacks declare, because sometimes you don't need to trade up. You could just stick and pick. We've seen teams do that, right? Like if you look at the class 2 years ago, you get 5 guys going in the top 15. The Zach Wilson year, 4 or 5 guys went. It was 5 in the top 11. So it just depends on how good the quarterback class is. The Darnold year, you had, Lamar was the 32nd pick that year, and you had a bunch of guys before that, obviously 4 before that. So it will depend on where they're picking. But obviously, if you have to trade, you're willing to do it when you accumulate these extra assets. In a perfect world, and part of the reason why I'm open to taking Ty Simpson in round 2 is what if you hit with Ty Simpson? Then all of a sudden you have these 3 draft picks to use to build your team or trade out and get even more picks and get a future pick in 20. That's why I'm all about taking the dart throw where it's appropriate. And that's part of my logic in taking Ty in the second round if he's there.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, at 16, I wouldn't want to take Ty. I would take him at 33, or even if he drops to 44, but I doubt it. I really want Reset too. I really love that dude. That dude's a beast. So I'm excited, and that's all I got, Jake.
Zach, great call, man. You got to call in more.
I'll call in more, I promise.
I appreciate it. Good call by Zach. All right, I'm counting raffle names. We're going to close the poll voting shortly. But first, our final call before we close the voting is from this man.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about Jets, that boy, he's jamming. He's slamming, freaking dancing, wall smashing. I'm Jake Asman. If Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping, that boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
What's up, Jake? It's Beast on the line.
Can you hear me?
Is Beast on the line? Can I get Beast? Can we get Beast on the line? Because I want to see why he has to take a crap in the bathroom outside his window. Let's see Beast on the line.
He was not taking a crap.
What'd you say?
He was not taking a crap.
But let's talk about the Jets. So, oh man, I got a great matchup with James B.
Fucking diarrhea, cha cha cha. Please don't.
What's up, Beast Breaker? How you doing?
I already got enough problems as is. Okay, enough.
Come on, why'd you get it pissed out the window, Beast? Why'd you piss out the window?
Look, you little asshole! Shut your mouth and wake up and smell a rose's pine tar head.
Honestly, Beast. Honestly, Beast. Let's see who's going to run the Dangerous Alliance Region. Me or you, Beast? Good job. Because right now, from the looks of it, Beast, I think Leanie's going to take you down. I think Leanie's going to take you down. Or whoever plays you is going to take you down. So let's see. Maybe we are the victim, but I'll probably be running the Dangerous Alliance Region, Beast.
My ass, whether you like it or not, Buster. I don't give a rat's ass what you think. See, now you're playing with my fire. You're stepping in my world. You're not qualified, schmuck. I'm beating you.
Can you throw 15 punches? Let's see. Can you even throw 15 punches like I am?
You want to see what your world's going to be? You want to see what your world is going to be like? Here's an example of you. Your face right here, and this is what happens next. BT! That's what's going to happen to you. Crushed. Yeah, crushed skull.
Let's see who's gonna win though. But let's see who's gonna win. Let's see if me or you are to come out. But let's see. But this is gonna be us in the Dangerous Alliance of EB. So be like,
I'm the bigger man around here. You're just a little pug.
You're just jealous. Do a front kick, Beast. Do a front kick. Do a front kick. See who can kick higher. Do a front kick, Beast. Do a front kick.
Yeah.
Compare a front kick. Compare.
Yeah, this looks like the crane. Yeah,
you can do a front kick. See if you kick us out, man.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Come on, man. You're just jealous.
Get the hell out of here, loser. No.
But I need to get the class, Beast. Have a good show.
Get out of here. Beat it.
I don't know what that was, but man, that was a lot of fun to watch. What a show this has been. What a start to ASMANIAC Madness, huh? Who's ready to win a Jets jersey? The following options are yours to choose from. Big thank you to everyone who has entered. But ladies and gentlemen, right now, it is just about that time for someone to win a jersey of their choosing. So we bring on our master of raffle ceremony. Here is the Beast.
Oh. Hold on one second. Wait 1 minute. Are we ready for the raffle?
Oh, who are you on the phone with?
People can wait for a minute or two. They can wait. Just so.
All right.
It is now time to spin the 2026 Wheel of Champions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
I need some more energy, man. We need some passion.
Yeah, well, Max just cranked me up too hard. I need to cool off before I do something a little Jurassic.
Should I take a quick commercial break? We'll come back with you on the other side.
Do it. Are you tired of grilling outdoors? Are you tired of having to go to the kitchen to cook? Thanks to Beast's Ultimate Taste Tool, my troubles are over. Sure, it's a little smoky, but who cares? Look, I even got a bucket to shit in so I never have to leave my room. Now you're cooking with butt.
All right, we're back.
I don't ever want to see that shitty commercial. That's pathetic.
Robin Boy Wonders entered the raffle while that commercial was playing.
Good job.
Let's see. Who could I come up with today? I already did. Let's see.
Hey, real quick. I think Kyle Clifton has called and he wants to talk to you.
Yeah, go ahead. I got ears. I got all day.
You know,
I go on the Mars.
I know that little Joey is upsetting you. But you're gonna get past it. It's fine.
Wait. Take that back. It's called. He had problems at 2:00 in the morning. He couldn't breathe through his nose. He was having congestion. So I had to bring him out at 3:00 in the morning, give him a rub, make sure he ate a little. That's why I check out. And then that's why I went on Google, found out what the problem was. I have to make sure he's eating okay, make sure calm your freaky down.
No, you got to do maintenance. Not everyone's a mouth breather like you. Like that's definitely the way to go.
This is tough. I mean, this is a real rough job that I do. I mean, and I just got a hold of the vet after 6 tries. After 6 tries, trying to get a hold of the vet.
No, but I think it helps to talk through it. And I didn't mean to insult you before. Everybody pees, Beast. I pee. I pee a lot now. Now that I'm older, I pee a lot.
I don't do that stuff outside. Why would I do that? That is completely foolish.
So is that safe to say that might have been Gatorade in the video going out the window? If you tell me that was Gatorade going out the window, I believe you.
I wouldn't do shit like that. Why? Because that's for morons.
somebody
with a low IQ would do such stupid shit like that because
was it some sort of coolant? What was going out the window?
Stupid. Why in the hell would I do that? Only idiots would do such a thing like that because today's new generation would do that kind of crap. I wouldn't do that. Why? Because that's foolish. I go to the bathroom to do that.
That video introduced me to a new term, stringing the cheese. I never heard of that shit before.
No, me neither. But Beast, no one's judging you. Any port in the storm, you know what I'm saying? Just try and get through this tough moment. We all have them with little Joey. It seems like it's a medical emergency. I didn't mean to upset you before. And hopefully we can go back to being, if not friends, at least, cordial. Can we do that?
Yeah, and I'm also you know what else I got a problem with too?
What's that?
Scrape. Look at this. You want to see that? And a little scrape there, and there's a little cut there.
Well, that's rough.
Yeah, that's pain.
Yeah.
Not easy. What have I been taking to do that with? Vaseline. The only thing I can basically afford.
Beast, do you need me to do the Wheel of Champions? Because we need some energy, bro.
Yeah, you weren't bringing the energy, man.
Well, if you want me to pull Jake the Snake out of the hat, I can pull Jake the Snake out and just.
So we're gonna drop you. If you bring the energy, we'll leave you alone. You can take care of your Joey business, and we'll talk to you a little bit later in the afternoon. How about that?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Come on.
Hey, this is Jake the Snake telling you, welcome to the 2026 Wheel of Champions. Trust me, but if you don't, come rattle this tree. Come on. Come rattle this tree. See if old Damien don't come out and get you. Trust me. Now spin the Wheel of Champions. Trust me.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly ASMANIAC Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which ASMANIAC is winning an epic prize.
That was an all-time sequence. How about that? Big Fella, Kyle Clifton, and the Beast all coming together there. That is ASMANIAC greatness. All right, here we go. Only one listener can win this morning, which is now the afternoon. But you're all entered in our weekly raffle, which will be on the show tomorrow. Curtis Martin signed jersey, Revis signed helmet, Pennington signed helmet, and a Super Bowl III framed ticket display. But right now, we raffle away a Jets jersey. You pick the player. All you have to do if you win is email me, asmanjake@gmail, your address, your full name, size you want the jersey, and obviously the player. Good luck to all. We'll close the voting for the first play-in battle right after we spin the wheel. So here we go. The winner of today's raffle is Phantom Green and White. Let's go, baby. Hit it.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations to Phantom Green and White. Everyone who entered is, of course, in the weekly raffle. Let me give him a Jet chant as well. Let's go. This is for you, Phantom. All right, folks. You've been waiting long enough. We all know what needs to be done. We need to declare a winner in our first ASMANIAC Madness play-in tournament battle. Ladies and gentlemen, all the votes have been cast. Voting is now closed. We have ended the poll, and the official vote tally says, with 53% of the vote, Cash Money Mike is moving on to face Kyle Clifton in the round of 64. Cash Money Mike, 53. Carlos the Barber, 47. Mike advances to the next round. He advances to Monday's showdown in ASMANIAC Madness round of 64 against Kyle Clifton. So we will update the graphics, update the online poll. Congratulations are in order to Cash Money Mike for becoming our first winner in a play-in tournament here in ASMANIAC Madness. Let's go. This afternoon on the show, 4:30 Eastern, Dylan Terraman is the guest host. It will be Leany and Man with the Jets tattoo squaring off for a spot to face Beastbreaker in the round of 64.
Good job.
Big thank you to everyone for their incredible support. And apparently 50 gifted memberships are going to be coming through from Cash Money Mike at some point. At least that's what he promised. So we'll see if that comes to fruition during our show this afternoon. You guys are the best. Thank you to everyone for their support. Really fun show. Thank you to Robbie for staying on extra long. You guys are the absolute best. We're back this afternoon, which is not that long for now, and I'm hopping on the AFC East Jets Roundtable with Richie and Matt O'Leary at 3 Eastern today. So a lot of content coming your way. I'll talk to you guys soon. As always, JETS, 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 Jets. Take it away, Bart Scott.
To all the non-believers. How did that? To all the non-believers. Anybody can be beat. We're pissed off. People gave us no chance, like we barely made it in playoffs. We're a good football team. For all you non-believers, disrespect us, talk crap about the defense like we ain't the third best defense in the league. All we hear is about their defense. They can't stop a nosebleed. 25th in the league, and we the one to get disrespected. Congratulations. See you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.